That little squeak.
That little squeak. Hello.
Hello and welcome to The Room,
We
Pulse Media
are.
Show and podcast. Depending on what platform you're listening from, welcome nonetheless. You're joined as always by myself, Josh, and Tom.
Hello.
And two other lads on the way, Jack, who is our resident excellent quota.
Yeah.
And,
A replacement, a fresh new face.
Yes, because if you do follow us on the socials, you'll be aware that Gregor has left the room.
If we have any fans out there who are willing to go give him a lesson, we will give you the address. Just give our page a message, we'll give you the address and let us know when it's done.
Yeah. If you see him in the street, do be sure to call him a snake.
Mm-hmm. Ask him how Voldemort's doing.
So yeah, we've replaced one accent with another basically, and
Essentially, yeah.
he's a regular. He's been on the show before, and we'll introduce him properly when he arrives, which will be very shortly. Tom, what are we going to do this week? What's this week's show about?
Well, so obviously we've had a Christmas break, and we've had quite a long time.
How
since
was
we've
your
had-
Christmas break? Oh yeah, I guess we should apologise as well. Sorry. Also to you, but that we've been off for 2 weeks. I was working last week, and
I had other commitments as well.
You had a woman.
Yes, a woman.
Ruin everything, don't they?
They do.
But they're also fantastic
Yes.
in a purely wholesome way.
Yeah, so yeah, we had our Christmas break. We were coming back and we were thinking, what can we do? What better way to come back after a new year than to summarise the last year?
Yeah.
So we're going to summarise, but while we were talking about which we're going to summarise and how we're going to do it, Josh had the idea, let's do the Oscar nominations that have been revealed.
Yeah, because the Oscar shortlist have been revealed this week. There's some interesting choices. Personally, I know I've seen most of them, to my great surprise, because normally I don't know, they come out and I'm like, I haven't seen that, I haven't seen that. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Oscar films, what we think the nomination should have been. We're interested to hear what you think the nomination should have been.
Give us a comment.
Give us a comment.
message.
You can tweet us at The Room Pulse, or you can comment on our Facebook page, which is The Room Pulse Media Radio Show. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, why not leave a comment, maybe a like. Hey, why not? Seeing as you're already there, subscribe.
Yeah.
We'll start with a song. Tom, do you want to explain to new listeners how
Yes.
this works?
Hello, new listeners. Hello, old listeners. Old listeners, you know the deal. New listeners, what we do every week is we like to play a bit of music to break up the annoying sound of our voices that drone on for 2 hours. So what we do is, as it's a film-related podcast or radio show, we pick a soundtrack from a film, a good film, not terrible ones. And what we do is we play them. We don't tell you which film they're from.
Or the song name.
Or the song name. No, we just play them. And so you have to guess which one or which film it's from. And let us know by commenting on our Facebook page or tweet us, or if you're old enough, email. You may not see it in time.
At the roompulse at gmail.com.
Yeah. And let us know. Have a guess. If you're wrong, then unfortunately you're wrong. If you're right, we'll give you a message back and you'll win a prize.
Yeah.
So far, no one but our friends have won it, and we have a strict policy that if you're our friends, our close friends, that is, we won't give you anything. Because,
Enjoy.
So far, no one but our friends have won it, and we have.
Yeah.
And we're back.
That was smooth.
That was very smooth.
So yeah, we're joined by Jack.
That's my introduction.
Returning Jack. And the new host
The
of the
better
room.
host. The one that won't let us down.
I introduced you as our replacement accent.
I'm always a replacement.
Yeah.
Every time
But
I've been
not
on,
anymore.
I've replaced somebody.
It's Liam Brown. Scouse sensation.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting for his right.
If he's in here talking to you, he's not putting your car on bricks.
I'm the
And he's
wild
not joining
card.
somebody else's radio show like a scumbag that we know.
No.
Civil, Tom. Let's be civil.
Yeah.
Right, so we've explained we're just going to go through the Oscar nominations, see what we make of the list, see if there's anything that we'd put in or take out, and, maybe recap a bit on last year.
Wasn't Get Out in last year's Oscars?
Hmm?
No. It came out just after the Oscars
Came out,
happened.
it came out in January, I think, and they only
Sure. So we're going to start with the writing category.
Are we?
I don't know. You went all the way down there.
That was just the bottom category on the. On the
Okay,
list.
right. Well, we'll start at the top. We'll make our way down.
I'd like to just give a disclaimer about how I have not seen any of these films, but I do have a list of Oscar facts I can read out to sprinkle in.
So he's already
if you're
bringing
white,
something
you'll
new.
get in. If you're black, maybe.
What?
Oscar facts.
Yep.
A racist.
Whoa. I mean,
That's a bit of
are
a.
they?
Oh, sorry.
Sweeping
Was that 2015?
I don't know. Like
yeah, it's all about women.
Is
People-
that when they needed a black host because they didn't have
Be
any?
white men next year.
Jumping on with my joke. Thank you for backing me up.
Actually, I went on this one before. It's not very good. It's not got the proper names. So we'll start with like no disrespect to any of these people. The lesser categories, the categories that people don't really care about. I'm just trying to find the full list that's laid out properly.
Well, you're not on the one that you.
I don't like that one.
Okay.
So the first one I got was the visual effects category.
Oh, okay. Good category.
I've seen the film. I think we'll win this one though.
Okay, so.
Why don't you kick us off then, Liam?
I'd say, yeah.
I think Blade Runner had a lot of variety, whereas Planet of the Apes just sort of had its same shtick. So I think
Should
Blade
we-
Runner could take it this time.
Should we start by reading out
Yeah,
the
probably should read
nominations,
this.
the category, and then say the names?
Mm-hmm.
Because I agree with Liam on
jump,
that one.
I jumped the gun.
A little bit. It's fine.
So for I think actually as well on this, I didn't really have any complaints with what they went with.
Fair.
Sorry, the browser's just. So Blade Runner 2049, which is John Nelson, Paul Lambert, Richard R. Hoover. We don't care. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2,
I should not be on there.
Kong Skull Island,
Hmm?
Star Wars: The Last Jedi, War of the Planet of the Apes
Okay.
for visual effects.
Go on, Liam.
I just said.
Go on, explain a bit more.
Well, hasn't Planet of the Apes? I don't know. Has it been nominated or has it won every time it's been up for visual effects?
I think Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, that last one, second in the
They-
series.
They do get progressively better
Yeah.
each time as well.
That one was like the breaking point.
They
then
do,
this
but-
one is just, yeah.
I think this wasn't a stronger film, but I don't think that's
No.
any knock on the visual effects.
I think
agree.
the Blade Runner's aesthetic right now is trending. To be fair, it's like everything's 80s neon kind of
Yeah.
stuff
It's,
right now.
it's got a good balance between practical and visual. Like, a lot of what they can do practical, they've done. So, like, the car
Yeah,
that
but
drives in, like, you know.
Tom,
all-
they didn't have them glasses that they had in the original one.
I know! I was so annoyed about that. I was like,
That was the main complaint you had, and I was like, Tom, that's the most nitpicky thing.
I know. I
If
don't know why.
If you talk to our lecturer Ian in our group class, no matter what you're talking about, he'll always come back to the fact that they had special cups made for the future, like special Jack Daniel glasses.
Yeah, because they were, like, twisted.
Yeah, he was like, oh, it's just because in the future you don't know what glasses are going to look like. I'm
I
like,
mean,
wow.
that's a really dumb
I feel like we've
that's
nailed the
fantastic.
concept of glasses as,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
it goes. I feel
What-
like they don't need to
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the standard of our lecturers and head of our year.
Well.
So, just to let you know.
Please give me a first.
Ian, you're one of my references. You're a nice guy.
Ian, I hate you.
Let's start with saying, is there anything on here that we think shouldn't be on this list?
Is Guardians that impressive?
I was thinking that, and do you mind having a conversation on the side over there? Right, the mics are off. You're on probation. I was thinking that, Liam.
Bear in mind,
I can still hear you. Will you shut up?
it's your own time you're
Wait
wasting.
for the song.
Sorry.
Jeez. I was saying, is there anything that you think shouldn't be on there? And Liam said Guardians.
Guardians, yeah, definitely.
I think it deserves a place,
I mean,
purely on the
I-
basis that it's all visual effects.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but
it's
I don't
all
think it
visual,
looks
but-
anything stand out to the previous ones or
fine.
previous Marvel work. So
Well, no,
The
but
scene that does it for me, that why it shouldn't be on there. You know when it's he may be your father, but he ain't your daddy. Like, and they're flying up to the ship.
yeah, it's fantastic.
Right? No, it's not. It's
beautiful.
very obvious they're stood on a green screen.
It's beautiful.
And they're just stood there acting to each other.
It's
They're
beautiful,
not-
Tom.
It was a
It should have
horrible
been
It's
way.
emotional.
It was done horribly. It was
It's
very
human
obvious.
nature.
Depth
Justice
field
League.
was not
Somebody
there.
Tommy was
It
saying
was
that.
just terrible.
Well, I'd just say it shouldn't be on there because.
It's just standard Marvel
All right.
effects.
All right. So what would you replace it with then, young Thomas?
Justice League.
No,
Interesting.
I haven't seen it, but
Awful.
I don't know.
To be fair, as like a visual effects nerd, looking at the water in that, they used a After Effects plugin that I used to generate the water, and it was just so bang on. It's like
what film's this?
It's like Justice League. It's like if they use star wipes, you just know you just know what's going on and how they edited it, and it takes you out. It's good when you see it and you're like, I don't know how they did that. Not the first clue of how you could pull that off. But
I have a bit of a left of field choice that I'd put in, which was Mother, just for the final scene or the final act. There's lots of stuff that goes on there. That
It's a busy film.
It's a busy last.
It's a busy but last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for a film that I could just, like, for a time.
You wouldn't like Mother.
I reckon I would.
You'd come out of it and be like, "It's stupid."
No.
That's basically it. Yeah.
You would not like Mother.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it, and then I'm gonna prove you guys wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's. I know Jack's thoughts on it because
I think it's brilliant.
I mentioned it in passing the other night.
I think
at a party, and Jack was very excited.
I think it's a brilliant film, except it's been nominated for the Razzies, which I think is terrible because just because it's got a low rating doesn't mean it's a bad film. Just because 99% of people watching it think
it's not even
bad.
low. It's just average because it's mixed reviews.
Yeah, just because 99% of people watching it who like aren't looking at it, they're just like, "Where's all the?
Here's a spoiler.
I had the same with It Comes at Night. Great film.
I love that film. I thought it was genius. I love Joel Edgerton.
Really it got a great concept.
I thought it was brilliant
that
film. I forgot about that.
When I was in a cinema, two people walked out. They were bored. They walked out.
People walked out of Mother.
I didn't like it.
it's probably me.
I thought it was a really good film.
Yeah,
I liked the concept. I thought it was very original.
Very
Um,
good.
But I like Joel Edgerton, so.
So one thing that can come under our recap is that somebody mentioned Justice League.
Okay.
I think it was you, Jack.
Yes, what a great film.
What a great film. I've been told going into that, it's like, well, it's not as bad as Batman vs Superman, and it's fun.
That's a low bar.
It actually isn't. I mean, it
isn't
a
as bad
terrible
as that.
film. It's Justice League. I watched it and I thought,
God.
I thought it was very fine.
I was watching it. I was like, this is god awful.
Yeah,
and then
but
it gets to
like
the final sort of act, and you're like, okay, this is kind of fun.
I was sort of just like,
and
it's
people were like, oh, his top lip's not that noticeable. It definitely is.
Yeah, I was staring at his top lip. I was literally just looking at his top lip.
Every scene, I'm like, is there any scenes where this is actually his real top lip?
But again, all the film proved to me was you don't need any of them. You just need Superman.
Yeah, it generally is where it's like
all of them try and take on Superman, and he literally picks one of them. Wonder Woman with this hand, coming up the other two superheroes with both hands, and then Flash Flash sprints around him with his flash, and Superman in flash speed just goes like that, and I'm like, what's the point? You've lost.
It does go so.
The only person that can do it is the one who knows how to
Superman can fly around the world.
Well, Batman doesn't know how to. Yeah, Batman's method for defeating him is shouting Martha.
Batman had already been punched.
Why did you say that name?
He was already gone. He'd already lost.
So I think that wraps that up nicely. Do we want to go into a song or do we want to carry on?
Wait.
Well,
everyone's pick for that category.
My opinion on visual effects. I think War of the Planet of the Apes deserves to win. I think it's all visual effects, literally all of it. It's just monkeys running around and none of them are real. How could it not win?
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Blade Runner because it's got more variety. Like as you said with War of the Planet of the Apes, it's all visual. Whereas
it's not variety they look for, though, is it?
I know, but they combined all aspects of doing visual effects. Like it's amazing that it's all done on computer, but it's also amazing.
I'm also going to go for Blade Runner just because I feel like it's been stiffed in other categories as well, and I know that doesn't necessarily make it better than the other ones, but I just think it deserves.
It was good. They did a very good job at keeping it close to the original.
Yeah,
we're gonna go for Robo Joe and his holographic hoe, which is Blade Runner.
Do you know that big holographic scene was practical effects?
Sick.
It's very.
And I know some people weren't happy with the aging. I thought it looked good.
What aging? I don't remember.
There was the aging scene in it, where she comes back and he's like, her eyes were green.
Yeah, no, I thought that was good. I thought they did well with that.
Yeah, I thought it was good, but a lot of people weren't happy with that. But spoiler. Should we quickly go on to stuff like production design, costume and hair and makeup? Do we want to do?
Do.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, we'll look
costume
at
and hair and makeup.
Costume.
This is the only one actually I've included.
I've never seen any of
a couple of films I haven't seen just because of what I've seen of the trailers and that. I feel like it's a good enough guess that stuff like The Phantom Thread, which is about a dressmaker, and The Shape of Water would have pretty good costume design.
Shape of Water's got brilliant costume design.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's a brilliant film.
Something I should have said up top is I don't know about you guys, but if there's something I haven't seen is pretty much The Phantom Thread and The Shape of Water, and they've been nominated, I've just left a space for one of them or both of them to go in. Rather than nominate 9,
I haven't
I've done 7.
Any of the costume design nominations.
Oh yeah, and Dark Star I haven't seen, but I've seen Gary Oldman dancing to James Brown, so that seems
I'm
enough
just
for me.
rooting for Gary Oldman.
I saw the Beauty and the Beast one, and that's it. But
I think Beauty and
I
the
don't
Beast
think
should
it
win
deserves-
costume
I
design
don't.
purely on the basis that it's Beauty and the Beast.
it was good for the.
Mate, it's some
took
like
the sword. I think
it's
that would have been
panto
alright.
levels of costume.
I think that was alright for visual
Yeah,
effects.
I mean it is, but
It's panto
still-
levels of costume. It's
Yeah,
just
but
because it's
I think that have better visual effects than
Yeah,
Guardians.
Yeah, no,
I
yeah, it
think
did have
that
good-
should have been nominated for visual effects.
it does have good
It's a
visual effects when
point.
you see what they did with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Beast.
yeah,
But,
I agree with that.
What they did with Candleman, that looked really good. Like after the fact.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, I keep forgetting his name.
Are we doing
costume.
makeup?
I think makeup and hair is darkest hour purely for the. I've not
Although
seen the other
Wonder's
two,
pretty cool
but
as
You know,
well.
Wonder's pretty good. Wonder.
it's just. I mean, the Gary Oldman
I don't like that kid,
transformation is that's makeup.
Wait,
Isn't it?
is Gary Oldman playing?
Winston Churchill.
No.
Exactly. There you go. There's the Oscar
No.
win. There's the Oscar win right there. You didn't even know it was Gary Oldman. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I got to agree with that because literally I've seen trailers of like not
That's
even
what I'm
knowing it's
saying.
Gary Oldman.
It'd be stupid if that doesn't win.
My
I mean, I've not seen the
God.
other two, but that is ridiculous makeup.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Did you like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Before we get into the next category, did you know that Alfred Hitchcock was nominated 5 times for Best Director, but never won an Oscar?
Robbed.
Ooh.
Like if someone asked you who's like the most well-known director, people would say Hitchcock, wouldn't they?
I think Spielberg people.
Yeah, I
would
would
say.
say Spielberg.
Nowadays,
Spielberg's the one that comes to my head.
if you asked
Yeah, if you ask the first year film
If you have
student,
to, no, if you have to just generic man.
Michael Bay,
yeah, I like Michael
Oh,
Bay.
have you heard?
Pearl Harbor's the
This
greatest
is
film ever
completely
made,
off topic.
apart from Armageddon. Of
Have
course.
you heard the rumours of John
Transformers too.
Cena
John
being
Cena.
Duke Nukem
Yeah,
in
I
a
read
movie
this.
by Michael Bay?
I want that so
I
much.
so badly want that.
That
is
game
like
used to
the
give me a
perfect
headache.
combination.
I don't know how, but that more than any other game used to give me a headache when I played it.
Yeah, the depth of not the depth field, the field of view is really weird.
I was just like, I played it for like 10 minutes and just be sick.
Did you play the 8-bit one or the 3D?
The 3D one.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this game took 8 years to make.
And it looks
it's
like crap.
still-
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Right, so the next topic is film editing.
Ooh.
Let's talk about it.
Tom, you had some strong opinions.
Okay, right. So I'll do this one. Okay, so film editing. we're
Liam,
looking
sorry,
at-
Tom, just to interrupt you a sec. I know you're new to this, but don't ever ask Tom about his opinions.
No, that's content. It's funny.
Hey. Hey.
Hi.
Oh hi.
Hi.
Hi, Mark.
No, so anyway, before Josh rudely threw me under the bus and stabbed me in the back, we got Baby Driver,
My name's not Greg.
Dunkirk, I, Tonya, The Shape of Water, and three billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. I would definitely have to say Baby Driver, just because of the way they did it and how well it was done. Like everything was edited on the day after the shooting, or even after like the camera stopped, it went straight onto the computer, and it was done perfectly with the timing of music. Like it was amazing.
There is a sound editing category.
Cutting to the beat isn't difficult.
Dunkirk, I really like the style
Filming
they
to the
did.
beat is, though.
Did they do? They filmed it to the
Yeah, they
music?
filmed and
Yeah, so
acted
it's like,
to the beat.
it's mostly long shots as well.
To be fair, that's not very hard if you time it correctly.
Well, that's why they.
But they were
probably
in a
had to-
car, so I guess it's impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably why they had to edit it as soon as the camera stopped to see if it worked, and if they were like, "Oh no, we're 3 seconds out of this," they would have to redo it
Well,
again.
to be honest, I don't disagree with any of those, apart from maybe 3 billboards.
Yeah, I was about to say the editing didn't stand. Like, it was just
Yeah,
generic editing. Didn't stand out from.
But if you don't notice the editing, then it's good editing.
Yeah. I mean, there was a few points where I said the editing was too choppy. Like, there's like a couple of scenes in it where there's a lot of tension. Like something like happens, and it's like, oh god, and then it cuts immediately as soon as like an action's done to a quick slapstick comedy. Take it away.
I think that's part of the humour, though.
It was done. It was
Martin
done poorly.
McDonagh.
Like,
Martin McDonagh's humour.
Yeah.
the editing was done poorly. If they gave a bit more time, then it would have worked. But I just felt it was unnatural.
I don't think it was poor. I just
No.
just don't think it deserved to be on
there.
there.
I didn't notice
Is
it
there-
at all, but I didn't
Has
think
anybody
it
seen I, Tonya?
No, I have not.
I watched that the other night, and I remember when I saw that, I was like, "Why is that on there?" But in the film, there's a lot of breaking the fourth wall, and it's like fantastically done.
Yeah, I really fancy that film.
sentence.
I'm not gonna. It's not out yet.
Sentences go over each other. So there's bits like where they're talking, and it's like a montage, and then like in the middle of the montage, she'll continue the sentence from a different scene, you know. but like flows perfectly. You know.
I thought you meant people were talking over each other.
Oh,
Just say, "Where's our Oscar?"
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, I think this category.
So funny,
is,
Matt.
I think this category is really. It should really be very safe for Baby Driver to win, because although
I don't know.
Baby Driver is a good film, the one thing it really had going for it was well edited.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Dunkirk's big selling point is its perception of time, and therefore edit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the
that's more-
style, but like I don't think. It was
At one point, I was
amazing.
like, watching Dunkirk, I was like, "What? Wait, why has it gone dark? Why is it at night now?" And then
It
there's
took
a
me
bit where
about
you're
half the
like,
film to work it out.
and then like
I'm-
you get like partway through, and you're like, "Oh, it's different periods
yeah,
of time."
like I'm glad you guys told me that.
What I'm gonna-
what it was beforehand, because I managed to keep up with it, and I was focusing so much on that it took away from like some of the.
I think the reason it took away, though, I think a strong reason is that you didn't watch it in the cinema. I think
Possibly,
that film, it's like Gravity. If you don't watch it in the cinema and you don't get anywhere near the same. I don't want to like watch that on. I think it's brilliant film. I think it's 10 out of 10. I just don't want to watch it on a small screen because I just don't think it has
Gravity
that.
was still balls though.
Yeah, but if you watch it, you're like immersed. Whereas in even Dunkirk, it's
Immersed in balls.
it's the sound, it's the sound
Yeah.
of Dunkirk that really won it.
I find also another point as well, like the point that you made, Jack, that there's always noise going on up until the end. I really like that, but when it got to the end where it stopped, it was literally 1 or 2 seconds and it just ended.
Yeah.
And I felt like it would have been more powerful if they had just continued that slight like silence, just a little bit more.
No, but it was indicating the
What?
fact that they were finally like.
Yeah.
One film I've got on here that isn't nominated for anything, and I've put in a few times throughout my list, is Trainspotting 2.
I haven't seen it yet.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
think
nominate
it's
it for
not,
anything.
not nominated for anything.
Nothing.
Best
I
fo-
can
best
understand
foreign
that.
film.
I don't remember really anything
Best
about
foreign
it.
film.
To be fair, we'll get onto that in a moment.
Yeah. So what are people going for editing?
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver should win.
Shit.
I'm gonna go with Dunkirk. Liam,
Ooh.
The only one I've seen, Baby Driver.
Baby Driver. We should write these down somewhere.
However, I do. It was good, but you know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Liam. It
I
was
went
good,
back to
but
cinema to see it again.
I
I
have done.
would actually do not remember much about the film. Shape of Water editing's really good, but I do think Baby Driver deserves to win.
I'm
Whether
just,
it will
just
or
a
not,
mark for the director. So
I genuinely think it deserves to win because the one thing it had going for it, really had going for it, was its editing. It was brilliantly edited.
It was, yeah. That was like the
Like
whole
that.
point
That's
of the
one of
film.
that's one of the rare occasions where you notice the editing, but in a good way,
Edgar
rather
Wright,
than like.
Edgar Wright really understands editing, and he films knowing how things are going to be edited.
Yeah, basically, if you look at the Cornetto trilogy, it's the same.
Okay. We agreed before we came in we were gonna skip mostly animations and
Animation, I think
I have-
Coco's
I
easy.
have a strong opinion for animation actually because I've seen
What is,
two of them. I've seen one that I don't think you guys have seen.
What's the
What's that one called?
nominees for the animation?
Is that the Loving Vincent?
No,
No.
the other one. What was it called?
I haven't seen
Show me the animation.
any of them.
best
Is it Ferdinand
Live
you've seen because of
action
John
show.
Cena?
No,
Animations, Dear
you've
Basketball,
gone past it.
The Boss Baby.
Garden Party, Lou.
Yeah, the breadwinner.
Oh, that.
I watched that. It's insane.
I've never even
But
heard
it's
of
actually it's about a girl who it's weird that it's animated because it just make a good film. If this was a regular film, I think it would win an Oscar. But like it's about like a little girl who like pretends to be a guy in Afghanistan to support her family so she can actually work.
it. Oh, right.
And
Okay.
it's pretty hard hitting, and the animation's really nice.
What's animation style is it?
It's 2D. It looks like imagine Disney in the 90s, but with bright colours. It looks a bit like
Oh,
that.
right, okay.
Sounds cool.
It's really good.
What was the other one you said?
Yeah, you've said you've seen two.
But I want Ferdinand to win because John Cena's in it.
I always think in the animated feature there's like 2 or 3 that are like genuinely good animated films, and they're just like, oh, we need to fill this category.
Yeah, it's
and
always
then
like
just put the other big animated
it's
films.
the kids'
into
films
the-
that everyone sees, and then it's always this edgy foreign picture, and it's like,
Loving
jeez.
Vincent's good.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I mean, I appreciate how good it is, but I'm sure Coco will win that. You know,
Coco's gonna win. I
Interesting.
think Coco is a better film.
I haven't actually seen Coco yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen
It only
it.
came out Friday, and
Apart from Boss Baby, which Boss Baby was
I wanted to watch.
Actually,
it.
do you know why
But I never
people
got around to
absolutely hate Coco?
really.
No.
People went to cinema, and before Coco
Oh,
actually
'cause
came
you
on,
see what I'm saying.
there was a 30-minute Frozen short that everyone was sick of.
Oh my god.
30 minutes of Like the Disney shorts are good. Like it's half the
Yeah.
reason you go watch it. But 30 minutes of the Frozen characters doing nothing.
Do you know, working in the cinema, you realise how stupid people are on the basis of that. I think it might have been The Boss Baby. There was before the film, there was a short. There was a Hotel Transylvania 2 short, and every single screening we did of it, people would come out and complain that we put the wrong film on
That's good.
because they thought they were watching this and Hotel Transylvania 2 would come on.
See, the animation style is really weird.
That's cool though.
It looks nice. It looks like 90s Disney a little bit, but
Bin
it's a
Laden.
bit.
Oh, yeah.
Bin Laden looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks. That does look a bit like
Bin
Bin
Laden for an
Laden.
Oscar 2018.
A
Get Bin
career-defining
Laden-
role.
Get Bin Laden his first
Didn't
Oscar.
he nearly win a Nobel Peace
posthumous-
Prize?
That'll be next year's Uproar. Why is Bin Laden not with an Oscar?
Oh, okay, right.
Could have been in The Shape of Water.
Cinematography.
Bam.
What are we going with? Again, I've gone with that hasn't been nominated also on the Train Spotting 2. I think it's some fantastic cinematography.
I can't remember what films I've seen
I don't
that
know.
would nominate.
Well,
could be just-
Blade Runner's on the Tom, Dunkirk's on the
Yeah, I know, but like,
Mudbound, which is on Netflix.
I think
I didn't think there was anything special.
I
about
think this is one of the toughest categories this year because I watched Dunkirk. When I watched it, I instantly said, easy cinematography win. And then I watched Blade Runner and I thought, Jesus,
yeah.
this is going to easily rival Dunkirk. And then I watched Shape of Water and I'm like, so it's very tough for me.
I have seen 2 of these.
I have not seen Darkest Hour yet. Well, that looks like it's filmed
Darkest Hour.
well.
Oh, yeah, but I've heard that's more of a talky movie. You know, everybody I've seen who's seen that, so
I know,
it's
it's
boring.
I gotta say,
They go
visuals
Gary
in
Oldman's
Blade
good,
Runner
but it's a bit boring. You know,
is just incredible.
what is?
Like, Blade Runner visuals, like
Oh yeah, I know. yeah,
literally, that
definitely.
was the best thing about that film is that it looked stunning all
Well,
the time.
I've got Blade Runner, Dunkirk, and then those are the only 2 I kept from that because I haven't seen Shape of Water. And then I put Train Spotting 2 down because I just think there's some really creative, you know, the stuff like him falling off the building in the chair.
I haven't seen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it cuts. It's just him falling off.
So I don't remember
Yeah.
much of that film. It was a while ago, though.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's a good film. I just don't remember
I
much
put
of it.
Baby Driver down as well, just purely for the driving sequences. You know, they're pretty difficult and stuff. I just thought that deserved the nod. And I also put down a film called Good Time. Came out. It's on Netflix now. It came out like earlier this year. It's like starring Robert Pattinson. It's a New York crime drama. It's really good, but it's all sort of very transient. Neons, bank robberies,
It's a tough.
80s nostalgia, that sort of stuff, but set in modern day.
80s nostalgia is popular amongst 90s kids, and I don't understand it.
I think it's a tough category,
It's
but I
really
think
fun.
Roger Deakins will take it for Blade Runner.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's between that or Dunkirk.
Did you know Roger Deakins comes from the town next to mine?
Yeah,
Does
I'm
he?
pretty sure you say that every time.
No, this is the first time because I've only found out about him.
Who else comes from the town next to yours then? 'Cause
Oh
you
no, it
mentioned-
was ELO, the original.
Bloody,
founder
how
of
big is this
ELO.
town? Do you live next to London or something, man?
No. This is the weird thing. Like,
You live
well,
next to
be
Plymouth.
honest, the original guy of ELO left before they got famous and before any of the good songs, but he died because somebody pushed.
Jeff Lynne. Jeff Lynne. Not
It's
Jeff Lynne.
like this is Spinal Tap. Is like, what happened to the original drummer? Oh, he died. Right. Okay. Yeah. So
right, so
I
did we
think
say
I
Blade
think-
Runner for cinematography?
I think I'd be happy if either Blade Runner or Dunkirk won that.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I think they both rival each other for cinematography.
Okay, well, I'll go with Blade Runner.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I want Blade Runner, but I feel like Dunkirk's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be like La La Land last year, I think.
I don't know.
I don't
go.
think
No,
so.
I don't think so. To
I
be
think
honest,
Dunkirk, if it wins cinematography, it strongly
Sorry.
deserves
there's
it.
Blade
nothing
Runner's
on
not been
here that
nominated for a lot of other stuff.
I'm looking at like it's definitely like Oscar baity. It's gonna win everything.
Yeah, there isn't.
I can't look. These nominations. I haven't found a film that I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely gonna win everything.
There hasn't
yet.
been particular. I think the only real Oscar baity film I can see this year is Lady Bird, and I've not actually watched it yet. It looks
Oh,
very
it is
Oscar
good.
baity.
It looks so.
It's supposed to be
crap.
good, but it looks Oscar
It is.
baity.
It looks like every other teenage girl finding herself film. I
Well,
literally
no,
watched it.
it's
I
a
was
coming
like,
of
I
age
can-
film, but that's not a bad thing necessarily.
It's
coming-
what
yeah,
they
coming
do,
of age
the
films
whole,
are becoming really
she's
famous now,
weird,
big.
she's
Yeah, it's good.
independent,
I think
she's
the fact
very
that it and feminist, calm your tits. I do think it's been nominated partly because it's a female director.
Yeah, that film
Oh,
I
yeah,
mentioned,
probably.
that animated film
so
I
long as
mentioned
like bloody
before.
Wonder Woman isn't on here.
Also, why I think. And never mind, I'll come into that in a bit. So yeah, we'll go on to original screenplays now. Or should we put a song on, then do adapted and original?
We'll do a song and then
We'll do a song. We'll do a song. Do you want to pick one?
I don't know any of those songs.
I can't see any of the names.
Play Let's Go to the Beach. Let's go get away.
I don't
Was
think
that
that's
one?
actually part of the soundtrack.
But
That
was it
This
two?
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. This is.
Go on, play it.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Brian Wilson. Welcome back to the room. We're two hosts. Where did they go? They just walked out.
I don't know, but did you know the first woman to ever win Best Director was Catherine Bigelow for The Hurt Locker?
I didn't know that actually. I remember the exact moment
Did
I
you-
found out that
was-
fact. I was driving down Lindell Lane in Penwitham in the car on the way home from school,
Yeah.
and it came on. It was like, oh, for about time, isn't it outrageous? A woman's never won that award before. And I was thinking, 2009. Damn right it is.
That film I mentioned before, The Breadwinner, was directed by a woman, and it's pretty much about women's rights. So I feel like that could win just because maybe it's a throwaway category at this point.
Sorry, my girlfriend's in
Welcome to the Liam podcast
Hi guys.
with extra Liam.
Where have they gone? Right, should we make a start on screenplay, or should we go into a second song? Should I just edit this all out?
There they are.
Here we are.
Tardy to the party.
No, outrageous. You best not be eating when he comes back in as well.
Oh, I'm gonna eat while I'm here.
There's no eating on
I've
mine.
been doing it really quietly.
Ah.
There he is.
We're back and we're ready for original screenplays with the boys. Okay, nominated The Big Sick.
Not seen it.
Not seen it. Jack?
I've not seen it, but apparently it's hilarious.
Not seen any of these.
What's
I'll
it
sit
about?
This one out.
It's about how that guy met his wife he was doing a stand-up gig or something, and his wife heckled him, so he wrote a film about it, and now it's nominated for Oscars. Apparently, it's really funny. It's like a romance comedy. It's a rom-com, and apparently it's very funny and very good.
Not seen it. So.
And I haven't seen it. I don't think it really got a release, so I never got
Uh,
around to watching it.
Other nominations are Get Out, Lady Bird, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
I think for original screenplay for this one, I'd like to have thought. Well, the thing is, because I watched 3 Billboards and I absolutely adored it, and I didn't think it'd get better. Then I watched Shape of Water, and I actually think Shape of Water is a better film.
Is it a better screenplay?
But I genuinely, they're both so well written. I think I'd give it to Shape of Water. I don't know. I don't. Right, come back to me. I'll decide.
Well, I left Get Out in, I left 3 Billboards, I left Lady Bird in as well, because that is really funny in places and heartwarming and everything.
I'm going to say an unpopular opinion. I can't believe Get Out is nominated for everything it's nominated for.
Yeah,
I thought it
I
was
agree with
a
that.
fine film. I thought it was decent. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed its original spin on horror, but I don't think it's an Oscar film at all in any way.
we'll get onto that with the
so
later.
much smoke blown up its arse.
I thought it was good.
We'll
I
get onto that
enjoyed
with
it,
the later
and then I
categories
forgot about it.
because, as it stands, I do think it deserves maybe a screenplay
I reckon screenplay.
because there's some very subtle hints in there.
Mm.
Really good writing.
It's
Right,
good if you watch
for the
it
whole-
a few times again. You notice
Like,
things. Yeah, I get that.
Our grandmother loved the kitchen. We
Don't
keep
think
a
it's
bit of,
like-
her
yeah,
in
and then
here.
she's
That was
there,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. I do think original screenplay it should be there, but I didn't think it was.
I don't
Yeah,
think
we'll,
it's.
we'll come on to that.
So
No,
Let's not jump the gun.
Okay, well, we're talking about the
The
film.
thing
with the
what's so
Right.
good about Shape of Water being nominated for original screenplay is the main character, Sally Hawkins, is a mute through the entire film.
Really?
So the fact that the main character doesn't even say a word and it's been nominated for original screenplay shows how good the screenplay actually is. But
Can't argue with that.
the film all the way through, the entirety of it, I was just smiling. It's a really and it's not it's violent. It's a very violent film.
Is it Shape of
Because it's
Water?
Guillermo del Toro. He
I
loves,
watched
he
the
loves
trailer for
violence.
the first time yesterday and watched Michael Shannon have his fingers bit off.
Yeah, he gets his fingers bitten off. There's loads of violence. There's full nudity in it. It's a great film.
Naughty.
But Guillermo del Toro, if you've seen like Pan's Labyrinth and stuff,
Don't like it.
He loves violence though. He loves violence, and to write something like Shape of Water, which is just about like a romance
Love story
between
between
this
the
monster and
creature
this
from the Black
mute
Lagoon.
girl. Yeah.
Somebody else.
he loved to just throw a little bit of gore in there, and there
Yeah.
is.
Well, like I said, I kept Get Out, Three Billboards, Lady Bird. I also put in 2 other films. One I watched literally 30 minutes ago, Logan Lucky.
I enjoyed Logan Lucky.
I think there's some really good humour and
I thought it was
writing
funny,
in
yeah.
that and stuff.
I think
Stuff bits like where the two are like, we need to have a think about this, and they turn around and he's like, what do you think? He's like, yeah, and they turn around and just do it, stuff like that, where it's like less is more.
Yeah.
It's really good. And I
I
also put in Wind River.
I never got around to watching Wind River.
It's
no.
by Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
did
Yeah, Hello High Water.
Hello High Water and Sicario. It's his directorial debut. Really good. Really solid.
I need
stuff.
to. I was going to watch it the other day on like your recommendation.
Yeah,
Didn't
it's
get
it's
around
like it's based on the fact that I can't remember the statistic. It comes up at the end. So many Native American women go missing every year, and because a lot of them aren't on the database, and a lot of them live in
Like
Reservoirs.
sanctuaries and stuff.
what are they called? National
Reservoirs.
Native American
Reserves.
Reserves.
Reservoirs are
is a
body of
water. It's a
water.
body. Yes.
Well,
That's
do
probably
they
why
not
they
have
keep
a
going
rest?
missing. Anyway.
back to the
Yeah, they
shape
keep
of
just
water.
bobbing those. A lot of them go missing, and nobody really does much about it because they can't really investigate that. And it's about a trapper or a hunter, Jeremy Renner, and Elizabeth
Jeremy
Olsen.
Renner.
Renner. You say
Hmm.
potato, I call you a twat. Apologies.
Wow.
So yeah, I put that in as well, and that was it.
I think Three Billboards. is
Yeah, I
gonna
think
win this.
Three Billboards.
Yeah, out of the 2 that I've seen, it's either Get Out or Three Billboards, but I like Three Billboards more.
Oh yeah. Easy.
Mainly because like it was literally the whole film. It was leading up to, you were thinking it was one person, then questioning it, and then questioning it again, and then going
It's just
back,
funny,
oh, it
it's
might be
just-
that person, and then it completely like flip sides, and it just takes you on like
It's
It's
not as funny as the
it's
other
sad.
films, but it's a lot more.
It's
story,
more
a
like
lot more heart.
Yeah.
The stuff like the what Wayne, what Wayne, what, and they're all by the signs, and it's just like the sign says, like
yeah.
who will what or something. It's like who will what Wayne.
Even it, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so
I
funny.
think Three Billboards should take.
Yeah,
Funny
no,
bits.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, on to adapted screenplay.
Just gonna read the list.
Call Me
Wait.
by Your Name. I've left in there just simply because there wasn't that many things. That's about the
Well, we have a personal attachment to one of these, don't we?
yeah we do. That's
we
true.
do, yeah.
Uh,
Wait, is Logan like Wolverine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not talk about Logan.
It's adapted screenplay because it's comic, innit?
That's no. Oh, come
No,
on, the Marvel films
no,
are being
you can't-
nominated.
no.
That's stupid.
No, you can't
It
do
could be
that.
if they were good scripts.
Well, they can and they have.
Oh, yeah, but like, it's
They should.
It's a piece of literature. It's,
comic
it's an
books
adaptation.
should
I know,
have
but,
their
like,
own
it's-
category, man.
yeah.
It's not a good. It's not necessarily a great. Like I think
Not a good film.
story wise, that film's very weak.
I mean,
I do.
like you don't.
So I'm very surprised that made it on there.
I'm
I
surprised
took it
as
off
well.
my list.
Yeah, like it's not a great.
Film.
Also, this year are they allowing Netflix films on? Because I didn't
I
think they did
think
in
they
the
give
past.
Mudbound a release, didn't they?
Did they give it a
limited release, I
theatrical
think, so,
release?
yeah.
Because there was a few different ones I saw on there that I was like, have they been released? Because I remember Beast of No Nation didn't get nominated.
No, I don't
People were
think that got a
pissed
limited
because
release.
it didn't get a release. So yeah, Call Me by My Name's
Is
on there.
Mudbound the one with the 2 farms or?
No, yeah, it's the farm one that's on Netflix. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
with
it's
the guy
really
from
good.
Breaking Bad.
yeah.
Yeah,
He plays a racist man.
been
Branded.
meaning to watch that.
Yeah, so the list is Call Me by Your Name, Disaster Artist, Logan, Molly's Game, Mudbound. I've not seen Molly's Game, but it's Aaron Sorkin, Social Network, so it's probably pretty good.
Only one I've seen of this is Logan, and I wouldn't even say it's an adapted screenplay.
I've only seen.
Well, I'd say it's an adapted screenplay. I just want to say it's a very good one.
I wouldn't even say like, because like with an adapted screenplay, you kind of follow the story of what you're adapting. Like,
Well, not necessarily, because Blade Runner is very different from
I dream of it.
Isn't Blade
Do
Runner-
Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
No,
It's,
no.
No.
it's like Jaws is different. Jurassic Park's very
Yeah,
different.
Jaws is well different, isn't it?
Yeah,
from the original
so
work?
I mean, really, it's just taking a material and adapting it.
fair.
So things I put
Did
in
you
here-
learn nothing from that module in second year?
No.
No.
Again,
no,
I-
Jack. You
Good
didn't.
point. Good point.
Again, I put
Did you?
I put Train Spotting 2 on because I think it's
Yeah, see, I think that's
really
more
enjoyed it.
deserving of something
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
that.
definitely more
People
than bloody,
forget that's a book
Logan.
as well.
Have you seen Call Me by Your Name?
No,
I've
Tom,
not.
you would hate it.
would I?
It's
About
got,
two
it's got gay
homosexuals
people in
living in
Tom.
Italy.
Look at his face already. He's like, why?
You just hate it. Trust me. It's not because they're homosexuals. It's
I was
just
about to say like, are you trying to make me out to be like a
no. I know you.
homosexual?
You've got like,
You calling me a homo
you've got like
sapien?
2 gay brothers, haven't you, Tom?
Like pretty much like 50% of my family is gay.
Is that clear to you?
No.
Ah.
Jesus Christ.
No, I just mean you wouldn't like it because it's like very French. You wouldn't like it either, Jack.
Oh, okay.
French director.
Oh, it's a brilliant French film the other day. Raw. Have you seen it?
Oh, I've been meaning to
Fucking
watch
loved it.
that.
Brilliant film. Sorry,
So yeah, you just wouldn't like it. It's about like professor or something, archaeology I think, and he invites somebody to come live with him for a bit. Army Hammer, 6'4" blonde guy,
Like
to
Armie Hammer.
to do some research with him, and he lives there with his wife and his son, who's of age, I assume, but it probably doesn't matter because it's French Italy.
Good point.
And he's young lad, looks a bit like Liam.
Yeah, they all do.
Yeah, and
What does that mean, then?
Every child in a film looks like me.
he's not a child. He's
Damn them.
22.
He's 22.
Something like that.
Alright, so he's an older child than me. Oh yeah, he's got like big ears like me.
That's not him.
Do you know what, he looks like that guy in that picture looks like a thinner version of Lucas Pinder.
Shout out to Lucas.
Is that not Lucas Pinder?
No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, no, I can.
Oh no, he's way prettier than me.
I don't know, man.
I wish my jawline was like that.
I don't know. He's got a bit of a long chin. He's got a Reese Witherspoon chin.
Yeah,
on
he's
him.
got
He looks very French.
He looks like me mixed
Well, his
with
name
Kylo
is
Ren.
Timothy Chalamet, but he's from New York. So anyway, yeah. So them two just bomb, and that's the film.
spoilers.
But it's there's some real
Bumming.
gay stuff. Not that it's wrong with that, but there's some real.
Some real
Just
gay
look
You
at-
started this by going, Tom, you wouldn't like this.
What's gayer than
making
bumming?
me out being homophobic, and then they're like, yeah, it's they just bum.
What is
Ugh.
gayer than
Bum.
What's gayer than bumming?
What's gayer than bumming?
Yeah. Don't say me.
Something that happens in this film is gayer than bumming.
Wow, I need to see it now.
It involves a pair,
Oh no, stop.
Okay, I feel like this is getting
The
out of
gayest fruit?
one human penis.
Oh.
We are
one
putting out
human
this
mouth.
this message.
Just look at the size.
We
difference.
respect all
For cis white
sexualities.
males, we
have
respect
no-
them.
Nothing
He would-
against
He
anyone.
would destroy him.
He looks like, oh my god. Why is he dressed as Beetlejuice?
So yeah.
It's a visual gag.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Oh my god.
So yeah. Who we give it? I give it to Disaster Artist. I think that was
We have to.
so good.
I've not seen it.
I was about to say I haven't seen it.
It's
but
really
I haven't
really
seen any
solid
of the
stuff.
others.
I've only seen one on that list, and I wouldn't give it to Logan.
No,
I literally
I
wouldn't give it
wouldn't.
if it was the only one.
I
on the
was
list.
so disappointed by that film.
I like that meme
Thank
that
God, I
came
thought
out
you
when
liked
Logan
it. It's
came
a
out.
crap.
I thought it was.
You liked
good,
it when it
but
came out.
I hate it.
You did? I remember you coming home from watching it when
So
you lived with me, and you were
disappointed.
like, Logan was good, and I was like,
I seem to remember that.
Well, no, okay, it's a good film.
Logan.
But-
It's not a good film.
I don't think it's a good film.
The
I think it's so
The
overrated.
fact that they were like, oh yeah, it's now
Welcome to
R-rated,
the-
and I was like, yes, finally, and they were like, oh yeah, by the way, he's old, so he's not going to be able to do much. I was like,
No, the violence was the best
Jeez.
bit of that film.
wasn't that
Yeah,
the
but,
one
like,
where
the
like
storyline was
he was
shite.
running?
Oh
through
yeah, the
forest?
film was crap.
The storyline's awful. It's
It's
just like
really
a,
It's like,
it's a
right,
road
what-
trip
what-
movie that
what-
doesn't go anywhere.
What
You
we'll
don't
do is
care.
we'll drive across a desert for 4 hours, or what seems like 4 hours, and I'll kill one guy. And it's me, by the way, but
Okay.
younger. Brilliant.
but the worst thing is, like, fucking, sorry,
Tom.
language, like,
At least
Charles
it
is
was-
like, let's stay for dinner, and then, like, Wolverine's like, well, we're being hunted, but I suppose we got time. It's like, no, keep running, you dumbasses.
Dumbasses.
You
Bloody hell.
dumbasses.
Tom, will you watch your language?
I found something gayer than that
The,
film.
the best type of
Dumbasses.
swear is when you try not to swear.
They
You
were
say
numb
something.
asses when they were done.
Okay, let's move on.
So
This is why Gregor left.
I'm giving it. We don't say his
No.
name.
This is where I joined.
She's dead to us.
No, he's not.
She?
No, he's not. I went for a pint with him the other day. Lovely lad.
I wonder how he's getting on, seems though he hates this room, but he was in it yesterday.
What?
He is
Don't give them
exceeded.
promotion, Tom. They don't deserve our airtime or our thoughts. So that's
Watch greatest
Should we-
hits.
technical. After that, it's actors, directors, and best picture.
Okay,
so
should we
shall
have
we
a
stick a song on?
Yeah.
So to recap so far, editing's gone to Baby Driver, cinematography's gone to Blade Runner, original screenplay, 3 Billboards, and adapted screenplay, The Disaster Artist.
Did we say why Disaster Artist?
Just
Because
funny.
it's just good.
Just because we're the room.
No, it genuinely is really well
To
written.
be fair, I think James Franco got really good at doing that impression just because he's like us and he's just done it all his life because
Yeah.
he likes the film.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark.
So good.
Okay, I'm gonna put a point here. Well, something that irritates me is like when everyone was like, "Oh, James Franco was born to play this role." It's like everyone's forgotten like all of his other stuff. It's just, don't do it. That's why I think James Franco was not born for this role.
You made some really good points.
I did.
Yeah, that was beautiful, Tom.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's elegant.
I disagreed with everything you said.
Nothing new there. Let's get on to the actresses. Well, supporting actresses and actors. We'll start with supporting. This one was quite.
Get back on the page.
Quite a good.
Can't see.
We need to see the list.
Calm down, man.
No.
If you've
Okay.
done your homework. Right, so they are. Does somebody want to read these out?
Oh, I cannot talk about this subject. I have not seen any of these films.
Fantastic.
Neither
And
have
also, you're a man, Tom. You're not qualified to talk about this stuff.
Damn it, should we call
Let's
Charlotte?
get our guest host female in.
Don't
Yes.
worry, guys. Did you know most nominated male has been Jack Nicholson, who was nominated.
He knows women quite well.
He does.
He had 12 nominations.
We'll get Jack Nicholson on.
How many's he won?
I don't know.
Well, that's not good enough.
He won for The Departed. didn't he?
I didn't write the list.
So the nominees are Mary J. Blige in Mudbound, Alison Janney in I, Tonya, Leslie Manville in The Phantom Thread, Laurie Metcalf in Lady Bird, and Octavia Spencer in The Shape of Water. And I'd just like to start by saying Alison Janney and Laurie Metcalf both play fantastic roles, and they both play bitch mothers. Like, genuinely just the worst mums imaginable. And they're really good at it.
Well,
you know?
I haven't seen any of those except
So
Shape
they
of
might
Water,
cancel it.
and I don't think Octavia Spencer is deserving of an Oscar for a role in that film.
Nope. I'm not seen it, so
So-
I've left her out. I've changed this one quite a lot. Alison Janney just plays like Tonya Harding's mum, and she just abuses her from a child, like mentally and physically, and she's horrible. And she's always like, I think the idea is to try and. She always plays it off. I'm just trying to make you the best you can be, but really, I think she just enjoys ruining this child. Lady Bird, she just like wants her to be safe in that, and she wants to just do her own thing. And she's like, we can't afford it, and she's just a bit horrible to her daughter, but just wants the best. Mary J. Blige in Mudbound is like, meh, you know, nothing. She just wears sunglasses all the time, so you can't tell it's her really. And she treats some sick children, and she just looks pissed the entire time, like angry pissed. Excuse my language.
Fair.
So for this one, I've gone with supporting actresses. I've gone with Laura Metcalf and Alison Janney, who are already there. I've gone for Michelle Pfeiffer in Mother. You know what I mean, Jack.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen in Wind River. And I've also gone with this girl called McKenna Grace from Gifted, and also maybe Brooklyn Price from The Florida Project. Thoughts?
I think she's good in Mother. She's a bit psycho, isn't she? She's more deserving of an Oscar for supporting actress than Octavia Spencer. Octavia Spencer's great in The Shape of Water, but it's not like standout
Yeah.
role. So it's like I wouldn't have thought she'd have been nominated for an Oscar,
Yeah.
other than the fact it's Octavia Spencer and she's nominated for an Oscar every year.
Yeah. With these two, I think they might just cancel each other out because they're very similar roles. Maybe I think Alison Janney's is a bit better than Laura Metcalf's, or a bit more of a memorable performance. Anybody got any ideas of supporting actresses they would have liked to have seen?
Not really. I mean, supporting actress and supporting actor are always two categories. I always sort of don't pay attention to who I want. Actor and actress I do, but supporting, because sometimes what they class as supporting is ridiculous. And because like that, what was that film with where was it Michael Shannon was in the film loads and somebody else wasn't, and they gave the supporting actor last year I think it was. And they gave the nod to like someone who was in the film for 10 minutes.
Nocturnal Animals.
Yeah.
What's his name got nominated?
They did the same with Wolf of Wall Street with bloody Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, he's in it for about 4 seconds.
Yeah,
isn't he?
4 seconds. And
Aaron Taylor Johnson got nominated, and Michael Shannon is it much more, and he's much more.
I think
somebody said Michael Shannon should have got nominated for the male thing, but we'll get.
yeah,
Definitely.
We'll get to that.
So has anybody got any ideas? I think you've not seen many of these, have you?
new.
I'm gonna give it to. Well, in my personal opinion, I'd give it to Alison Janney.
I was going to say I think she'll win. I think it'll be her or Laura Metcalf.
Yeah.
And I've not seen them, but that's just going off what.
Supporting actor.
Bada-bum.
Do you want to read them out, Tom?
Yeah, sure. We have William Dafoe in
Willem
Florida
Dafoe.
Project.
It's Willem.
Woody Harrelson in
That's
3
good.
Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Richard Jenkins in The Shape of Water. Christopher Plummer in All the Money in the World. And Sam Rockwell in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Just because we have to get
Sam
him in every
Rockwell,
week. He's the one that gets burnt.
yes. Spoilers. Ignore that.
Did you,
But, okay, well, with this one.
did you guys know
Right.
that Christopher Plummer is the oldest Oscar winner?
Really?
He won an Oscar when he was 82.
How old is
Is
he now
he-
then?
I don't know.
What was that?
No, there's got. Did Ennio Morricone win an
For
Oscar
the-
last year?
For beginners in 2010.
Must be actor.
Oh, right, okay. I was
Actor.
going to say he's like fucking
Is he the
409
dad
or
in All the
Ennio
Money in the
Morricone.
World?
He replaced Kevin Spacey in that film.
Well, I haven't seen any of these films, but I hope he beats his own record.
He's the guy who replaced Kevin Spacey in the film because obviously they just took him out and replaced him, and
Yeah.
now he's been nominated.
I think this is a very easy category. I think Sam Rockwell will take this
I think Sam Rockwell will take this.
easily, quite comfortably. And I think was it you that was saying this too? Where I think Sam Rockwell's role in this film was written for Colin Farrell.
Do you think?
I literally think it was written for Colin Farrell.
Could be, but Sam Rockwell's is in Seven Psychopaths.
Yeah.
I think he does a good job for it.
Oh, he's brilliant in it, but I could also see
I could
Colin
see- yeah,
Farrell
now you
playing,
say
you
it,
know,
I
that
could
sort
see
of
I can see
downbeat
him playing that as
scumbag
well.
sort of role.
Although maybe I could have seen, the publisher guy, maybe Sam Rockwell, and maybe even though it's a small role,
Yeah.
could have seen Thingy in that as well.
Mm.
Colin
Um,
Farrell in that.
But I think Sam Rockwell should. I think he's.
For
brilliant.
this,
I was about to say, yeah, I'm with that because it literally you get 3 opinions and 3 sides that you get on around this character. 1 minute you're on this side or
Yeah,
somebody else's
there's-
side.
there's
Another minute
stuff-
you're on
What-
somebody else's
the
side.
what-
one where it's
done
like,
by-
see, I don't just hate black people. Is like
Oh,
when he
but
throws
it's like
somebody out a window.
It's,
Don't just think-
oh, what does he say? He's like, it's
It's not just
when
N-words
she
and
says it's the
F-words.
N word
And F-words.
torturing. She's like, no, it's
It's
everybody torturing. We
no,
don't-
it's colour of people torturing.
You can't say that anymore.
we
You can't
can't.
call
People
it
of colour torturing. Sorry. Yeah, it's so
It's
funny. She said you can't say that. It's colour. Of... Yeah, it's so good that.
yeah, I think he's
Uh,
brilliant in it. But
I thought Woody Harrelson was.
I thought-
average.
did you not like him?
I thought it was a bit
I thought he was just very
weird at
good,
times.
but I think Woody Harrelson's a very good actor anyway. I just
Yeah.
thought it was very Woody Harrelson.
yeah, I do
in
like
it,
him,
do you
but
know
I
what
didn't. Especially
I
the only
wouldn't-
bit I took to him
wouldn't-
in this was his final scenes in it. You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said he should have had a supporting actor nod, but I thought he was very good in it. I wouldn't have.
Willem Dafoe in the Florida Project I watched yesterday was, just there.
I like Willem Dafoe.
And I mean, it wasn't like you could see him acting or you couldn't see him acting. It's
Yeah,
just
he
his
was
character
just
was
there.
very much like a.
When I see Willem
Yeah,
Dafoe,
just-
all I think is Green Goblin. There's nothing ever going to stop that, so there's no point.
I don't know why they got a goblin-looking man and they put a mask on him.
I know. That's
Well, I think
You could say it's foreshadowing, but at the same time, you could say bollocks to that.
See, I think is Michael Shannon nominated for?
He's not.
He's not nominated for anything.
Nope.
No, he should be.
Yeah,
He should be nominated. If not, well, see, he is the main sort of
I've heard
antagonist.
I've heard he should have
who's
been.
Michael Shannon?
And whether
Again.
he was in Bob Empire, the
He's Tom's favourite.
terrifying detective.
Oh yeah.
He plays the same role,
Yeah.
right? And literally the same role. And I couldn't. It's one of those where I wouldn't know whether to put him in supporting actor or best actor category, but he deserves at least a nomination because he's brilliant in it.
Yeah.
I would give
Wait,
him an
which
actor.
film?
I would Shape of Water.
Oh.
I'd give him an Oscar nomination for everything he's ever in. I just think he's brilliant. But
Yeah, this is the one I've disagreed
He
with
definitely
most.
deserves it.
I put in a few controversial ones, stuff like Adam Driver because I think he's really good in
In-
Star Wars.
oh, you give it over in Star Wars. All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't let him win
No,
it,
but
but,
you'd
maybe just
nominate him.
drop a
He
nomination.
is good
in
in
it.
it.
I put Armie Hammer in for the gay film. Call Me by
The
Your Name.
gay film. This is what this is.
The Bummin film you mentioned?
Yeah, the bumming film.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
They're saying bombing. rather
Jason
than
Mitchell. Jason Mitchell, who plays Eazy-E in Thingy, but he was also he's in Mudbound. Plays a
Oh,
tank
right,
commander.
right, right.
Yeah, he's really good in that. I put Ewan Bremner in for Trainspotting 2.
Yeah, he's good in Trainspotting.
It was a tough one between him and that Johnny Mitchell guy because I thought they were both very good. I thought they both eclipsed Ewan McGregor in that, to be honest.
Ewan Bremer was like sort of the plot device in
Yeah,
the film when he was
fantastic.
very
I
good.
thought in that, and I also put in Patrick Stewart
For Logan.
for Logan. Oh yeah, and Sebastian Stan for I, Tonya, because I watched that film.
I'm really
and
looking forward to that film.
At no point did I realise it was Sebastian Stan until I did some research today, and I was like, "What?"
I'm really looking forward.
All
to
he
it.
has in the entire film is a mustache, and he's unrecognisable. Yeah, and at one bit he's got a goatee but no mustache.
Quick question: is Murder on the Orient Express on this?
No, because it's
I've not seen
average.
it, but it's not going to be Oscar worthy. is
See,
it?
I at least thought that would have been.
it's Kenneth Branagh going,
adapted.
"I'm an auteur,
He does it so well.
auteur.
He does it so well.
Look at my mustache."
His mustache.
Anyway,
is banging.
moving swiftly on.
The
So
differences between him and Sebastian Stan is you can tell that's Sebastian. You can't tell that's Sebastian Stan.
So we think Sam Rockwell is going to take this. quite
Yeah,
easily.
I'll give it Rockwell. Anybody else? Anybody on offer on Rockwell?
Yeah, no, I'd give it a Rockwell as well.
Sold
Yeah,
to the white
that's a
male.
good point. That I never even considered anybody else in that role, but now you said it, let's put Raquel. Right, Rockwell. Should we put another song on before the big one?
Can
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Any selections?
That one.
This one.
Yeah, whatever. Don't know any of the songs.
Love your enthusiasm.
Literally. What a load of noise. No, it's gone.
Terrible.
Let's go. That wasn't terrible. It's sweet, sweet jazz.
You like jazz?
I said that to someone
Do
the other
you
day. I was like,
guys-
"How can you not like the B movie?"
Do you
Like,
guys
you
know
know.
who the youngest Best Actor winner is?
Is it the guy from Wonder?
Wait. No, he didn't win, did he?
I don't know. To be honest,
He's-
no, it's
Macaulay
go on.
Culkin.
This is Best Actor.
Okay.
Oh, best actor.
Is it recent or not recent?
How? What's the age?
I'll give you two. It's 2002, and the person's 29.
Not a singular
They're
clue.
29. Oh, is it Leonardo DiCaprio?
No,
No, he didn't win
No,
for
he
that.
hasn't won until like
Brothers.
Revenant.
Oh yeah,
Tobey
of
Maguire.
course.
I mean, it was Adrian Brody for the pianist.
He was 29 too. That
Yeah.
he
The
looks like he's
penis?
been 40 forever.
I
doesn't
know.
He does, yeah.
he? Yeah, I
Weird.
think it's the nose.
I thought it was going to be Matthew Broderick.
So you said child actor.
Not child actor. I said youngest.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah,
I thought it would be a child, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I thought
Operation
like they would at
Nutria
least
on
give
the
a
way to
child
Tom's
like a
house.
good.
Because this Timothy Hon Baguette, if he wins,
He's 22.
yeah, he'll be the youngest ever. That's what I
Is
read.
that wait Timothy who?
The Baguette guy, the French one
From the gay films.
from the Bowie one.
The youngest award.
He's in
winner.
Lady Bird as well, actually, which is quite.
Do you know who's a really overrated actor who's in every film now?
Lucas Hedges.
Lucas Hedges.
Yes!
He's so bad. God,
Look, you never guess what role he has in Lady Bird.
is he gay?
Yeah.
Right, did you watch Manchester by the Sea?
Yeah.
Well, that was crap. Anyway,
I could
but
do
he was the
Lucas
kid
Hedges
in
in that.
that. Genuinely.
Oh no. my
Oh, I'm
dad's
so
died.
depressed.
Oh.
That's all that film is. Oh god, it's a crap
Mate,
film.
he's such a horrible person in that. It's like,
Oh, this
God,
guy.
why would I want
Well,
to
he's
pander
a
to you, my
nobbed
guardian?
in Three Billboards as well.
Yeah, he's like, why would I want to pander to you, my guardian? I've
Yeah,
got 2
it's-
girlfriends and I'm in a
Yeah.
band.
Wahoo!
God.
I'm a good.
How dare
role
you
model.
try and support me?
He's a bit terrible, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a bit rubbish.
He's not horrendous, but he is.
He
like,
can act,
overrated.
but just about.
yeah.
I was about to say like his character in Three
So
Billboards.
every
was just
single
so
every
basic.
single indie film has gone. You know, we should get that one guy from that one film.
Yeah, that Timothy guy's done it as well. Oh,
Ian
and
Loza.
he's just like Liam, believing in conspiracies and everything as well. This is in the film where he's not gay.
This is the film where he's that gay.
In Lady Bird.
All right, shall we?
Or
lead
is he gay?
actresses.
Could be gay.
Actresses. And the nominations are.
Sally Hawkins, The Shape of Water. This is how they actually say it. They ask you, Frances McDormand, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Margot Robbie, I, Tonya. Saoirse Ronan, Lady Bird. And Meryl Streep, because Meryl Streep, for the post. They just have to put Meryl Streep. Is this a rule? I think it's a written
the
rule.
Meryl
Yeah, I think
Streep
it's
thing
the
is just
same with
such
Daniel
an
Day-Lewis,
Oscar
isn't it?
thing to
Yeah,
do.
well, not anymore, but yeah, Meryl Streep exists
Well,
still,
yeah.
so
Like-
Daniel Day-Lewis does no longer
Honestly,
exist.
the post just makes me think they're just doing an Iron Lady but with an American story.
Well,
To
I don't
me,
know. It's a different.
I know it's a different thing, but they're doing the whole Meryl.
Plus, the
Streep
Iron Lady
kind
is
of
pretty
icon
awful
thing.
as a film.
I think it's
I
really
mean,
bad.
We're British.
Yeah,
we
but
have
it
to
got
say
nominated
it's
for Oscars.
pretty awful.
I think
I don't
I'm
know.
from the north. Well, I'm not, but I'm sure you guys.
Tom, stop trying to steal our culture. The appropriation of northern
What do you
culture.
mean?
I-
Chips, gravy, and cheese.
We know you're a cheese.
Yeah, that's a northern thing. I got told.
Mushy peas.
Nah, mate.
not black pudding.
You can
well,
have
black
cheesy
pudding.
chips, but you don't have gravy cheesy
Northern
chips
listeners out there,
and chips.
The
comment
only
on our
people
page.
listening. What's the
and
most
say,
northern
what's
thing
the
you
most
do?
northern thing or food?
The most unrelated
Suppress my
question.
homosexuality.
Bumming films.
Okay, can we
Anyway,
move off like these?
I don't even. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So, I think. Well, I watched Three Billboards and I thought Frances McDormand was the easiest lead actress win I've ever seen.
I'm with
And
Jack
then I watched Shape of Water and I'm like, well, that's tough.
because she doesn't talk.
Well, yeah, that's what you'd think because I came out of the film and I was like, considering she says no words in that entire film, I think she might beat Frances McDormand. And I don't know. I would be well happy with either of them winning because Frances McDormand is. I feel like she just plays herself in that film. Did you see her at
It
the
was a
Golden
good
Globes?
casting.
Oh,
It was
it's
a very
well,
good casting.
but if I'm going into detail about Three Billboards, I think it was very, very, very Coen Brothers inspired.
Yeah.
And
Mm,
she's
actually.
married to one of the Coen brothers, and I think Martin McDonagh's talked to the Coen brothers about this film because it literally is the most Coen brothers film that isn't directed by the Coen brothers film that I've ever seen. I came out of the
Saying
cinema.
that's a bad thing.
No, I know, but the first thing I said when I got up from my seat, I said that's the best Coen brothers film I've seen in ages, and because it's the most Coen brothers film I've seen for so long. I thought it was better than Hail Caesar in terms of Coen brothers film, but it's irrelevant because it's not actually. But I think Frances McDormand is a brilliant casting for that, and I'd be more than happy if she won because she
Yeah.
deserves it.
I'd be happy. I want Frances McDormand to win it. I think
If you watch Shape of Water, you'll have the same opinion of me that Sally Hawkins is absolutely brilliant in it.
Yeah.
Considering she can talk and she like sign languages, I don't know. It's just something about her performance. It's just really good.
Margot Robbie's good in I, Tonya.
Yeah, she looks really good in it
She's
as well.
like,
It looks like a really
at
tough
times-
category this year, I think.
Sometimes I don't think she'll win, and I don't think Meryl Streep will win. I think
Saoirse Ronan's supposed to be really good.
Yeah,
in
I
it.
think they'll give it to her. Although I do
I
think
don't.
Frances McDormand, but I think they will.
I think it's Frances McDormand. I think comfortably. I think.
For Reese Ronan. I'll go with Frances McDormand. Anybody else?
I'll go with Frances McDormand.
Do you have anybody else?
I'm happy with.
that you think should have been nominated.
I don't. There's nobody jumps out.
In the leading role, I've got Jennifer Lawrence for Mother,
Yeah, no, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'd throw her in there.
and I've also got in Melanie Lingiski for
Linguini.
I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore
Oh, I never watched that.
on Netflix. She's good in that as well.
Do you know, I remember the film that I watched that I think should have been nominated for a reasonable amount of categories. It's Free Fire. Did you watch Free Fire?
Yeah, that was good.
I did, yeah.
I think that should have been nominated for at least writing because I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's very
But I really like
That's a good point. I never thought about that.
I really like that film and I really like what's his name, Josh?
Ben Wheatley.
Ben Wheatley. He's got a new one coming out soon. But I think
He just pumps them out, doesn't he?
yeah. But
He just pumps out all those.
I think it should have been nominated for more than it was because it was really what was that? It was like,
my mic.
it was like
Sorry, there's basketball going on.
it was like mid-year release. So
Yeah, it is really good. Maybe there could have been some nominations in that. To be honest,
I don't think acting for anything. I think they're all brilliant in
Cillian
it. but I
Murphy's
couldn't-
pretty good in it. And
They are, but I
so's-
couldn't sort of
What's her name?
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
But I couldn't sort of narrow out acting in that. Whereas, because my favourite part of the entire film is Charlotte Copley. I just think it's hilarious. But I think that's because of the writing. Well, it's his accent, but it's because of the writing. I think it should have been nominated for writing. If and maybe sound as well. Maybe sound editing, because it's all just shooting, but the gunfire is really loud as well, like Dunkirk.
Right.
Moving on. To
Lead
the actor.
Actor
So we got Mr. Baguette for French
Timothy
Bum,
Chalamet
for the bombing.
Chalamet for Call Me by Your Name
I think that these.
for hashtag.
Oh, look, it is Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, I
these
told you.
three,
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Dan.
they could have been.
Gary
more
Oldman for The
movies.
Darkest Hour.
Who-
There
Daniel
could have been
Kualahu for Get Out.
Way more movies. For
What are you
this.
talking about?
Like lead actor.
They could have picked well more people.
Go on
yeah.
then.
Go on then.
Well, I can't think of anything. But like, I'm just thinking of like films that I've seen.
So
like,
why you should
generally.
make notes. I put Robert Pattinson down for Good Time. You should go watch on Netflix. That's good.
Time.
James Franco, despite allegations, is still fantastic in The Disaster Artist. You forget it's James Franco. The only thing that makes you realise it's James Franco is that Dave Franco's not as
It
good.
makes you forget that Dave Franco and James Franco are brothers.
Yeah. But you do think that Dave Franco's beard in it is awful.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's just awful.
I just
don't
put
like him.
Jeremy Reamer down for Wind River, Renner, and I kept Daniel Kaluuya.
I would not have put him up for an Oscar.
I think his performance is really good in that. He carries.
It doesn't
that film.
stand out. Yeah, he does,
No,
but
yeah.
that's I don't know.
I was about to say,
I just don't. I don't think it's
not.
that difficult
And I think
to
Denzel-
carry that film.
That film I had to Google Roman J. Israel.
Yeah, I've never.
Yeah, I Google. Apparently it's really awful. It made like £10 million loss on a £20 million budget, and
Whoops.
I think that might have sort of been because they picked a probable sex offender over him last year.
I think.
And I think that's why James Franco's been left out this year. Again, possible sex creep.
I think Gary Oldman will win this, and I want him to because I
Yeah,
really
I
like Gary Oldman. I just think he's brilliant.
Gary Oldman won an Oscar before. For
Yes,
Best
I
Actor.
think he has.
No, he hasn't.
Not
He's
for lead
never won an
actor.
Oscar ever.
Never won
Oh,
an
okay. He
Oscar.
needs an
Well,
Oscar.
he's been robbed because
I was about to say it's Gary Oldman.
if there's a man who does it, how he didn't win an Oscar for Leon alone is beyond me.
Yeah.
Have you
That
seen
is
Sid
the
and Nancy?
greatest
We should've got
film
one for that.
villain ever.
Mm.
One of the best. I think it's one of the best acting performances I've ever seen. Is Gary Oldman in Leon.
That's
Is
your favourite actor, Tom.
ridiculous.
Luc Besson. He's in The Fifth Element. You were going on about how you love The Fifth Element the other week.
I didn't say I loved it. Like,
You picked it as your favourite film from that year.
You
Yeah,
did.
it was.
It's true. Regardless,
Anyway, moving on.
Gary
I
Oldman.
think
Lead actor. Yeah, I think
Which
Gary
one?
Oldman's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
win it.
I'm going to
Just
go
'cause he
Gary
has
Oldman,
it.
even though I haven't seen it.
Get Out was one of them films where when it came out, it was 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for weeks.
yeah, it came out and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that was good.
It was like everyone loved it for like. It
'Cause
was like
it
the
was-
best horror film going ever for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
It's not a horror film, no. It's a
It is a
thriller.
horror film.
It is. It's easily a horror film. It's not scary.
You'd be
horror
scared
film,
if
but
you were
It's
black.
not
horror.
scary if you're white.
Yeah,
That's
no.
the whole point of it. Yeah. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I don't think it's scary.
Well, it sort of
but
is.
it is a
'Cause any
horror
one
film.
of us. Actually, no, that doesn't.
Could be the guy who kidnaps him because
Are
we're
you-
white.
I was going to say
Are
any
you-
one of
are
us
you
could be.
trans?
As a
Sure,
cis
now.
white male, we're awful people. Stay away from us.
Basically, well, we do keep calling the gay film the bumming film. So I think
I know,
I think we
keep
probably
on saying
are
that
awful
you know,
people.
stop
That's-
doing that.
that's
because
That's
it
just
gets
me.
shit
That's putting
against
it
us.
mildly.
Oh, stop it!
Like I've said,
Stop it! You're gonna get us in trouble.
the bumming is the tip of the
Stop
iceberg.
it!
No pun intended.
Tip of his iceberg. Jesus Christ!
Oh,
My God.
Basically, he comes in an apple and then he eats it.
Oh my God, Jesus
you
Christ!
said it was a pear.
I'm gonna
Well, there's some fruit of that kind.
put this out there now. We've
A peach.
lost
I think it was a
one
peach.
listener
That's even
tonight
better.
because of this.
It was a
Which
peach.
listener?
Just Charlotte. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Charlotte.
She won't.
She's
like-
gone. She's gone. She's like, I've turned it off. I can't listen to this anymore. We've lost a listener because of this, Josh. Stop it with
She,
the
well,
bloody.
it's better she turns off now than she turns that film on, and
Oh my
gets
God!
offended by that.
Stop it! Just right.
Eating a
moving on.
creamy apple.
Moving on. Can we move on? Alright, we'll take Gary Oldman.
I don't know. I feel like that should be like a
I'm not looking forward to the title of this bloody podcast. If you're gonna go through it and like just pause it and then listen to like the word that gets said.
We need like a cold open of just you being like, he comes in an apple, and this is the room.
Jesus. Okay.
Right, moving on. What are we going to?
well, we haven't picked. We only picked Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman needs an Oscar, but I think the guy from Get Out.
Oh,
his
I
name,
don't-
gotta
I
pronounce.
don't
I
see
don't,
what
I
you-
don't think Get
I think
Out
it's
is.
it's
definitely
got to be
not
between Gary Oldman and Daniel Day-Lewis because the Academy just bums him.
Also, if
Daniel Day-Lewis, isn't it?
a black guy doesn't win Best Actor soon, someone's gonna get shot.
Yeah, but they won Best Picture.
Racist.
And
You
they
can't
won.
say that. Just because he's black doesn't mean he's going to shoot.
They-
him.
I didn't say he was gonna do it.
Holy crap! Are we being more offensive in this bloody episode than we have done all year?
No, sorry, Chris Rock will make a tweet.
The black man won Best Supporting Actor last year.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't say the black man. I said a black man.
Didn't Steve McQueen?
And that's because his name is Mashallah Ali.
Didn't Steve McQueen get Best Director once?
He did.
Yeah, he got the best, and he got Best Picture.
For 12 Years a Slave as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Which shows that
And that's the black
sympathy
Steve Queen.
towards a race wins you an Oscar.
yeah.
That's my point I'm making.
Just don't touch kids.
Yeah, just don't do that. There's no sympathy there.
Yeah.
There's the police texting me.
Hello, Operation E Tree. What do you want,
Let's play
Tom?
a song.
Oh,
Oh, Christ.
I can't see the actual names of the song. Yeah,
I'll
just
just
go on. Just do that one. Yeah, that's what I'd say. And we're
And
back.
we are
Whether,
back.
whether you want us to be or not, we're back.
Yep, you can't get rid of us.
You probably can.
You probably can.
Like
If
a
you
bad
have a
rap.
complaint,
There's,
be sure to tell
Email
someone.
it to whatever our email is.
Yeah.
Please tweet at Qatar Hero.
69.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Give him all your abuse. Okay, on to Best Picture.
Best picture. Wow.
Call Me
There's-
By Your Name. That is the name of the film. It has no other
Inside
nicknames or innuendos.
descriptions. or-
Don't ask me what that film is about.
What's that
Okay.
about?
voice.
then?
About?
Moving on. The Darkest Hour. Stunker.
I don't know, but it's a
Get
real
Out,
peach.
Lady Bird. Phantom Thread. The Post. The Shape of Water. And 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Do you have a fact for us, Liam?
Yeah, 1 second. Did you know that
Probably not.
wait, I've read that one out.
Did you just bring 3 facts?
Yes, I've got a list of 50, but most of them are boring.
No, fair enough.
Did you know that?
Who's Daniel? Uh-oh.
What?
You know what the longest film to be nominated for an Oscar is?
Once Upon a Time in America?
Lord of the Rings.
You're gonna kick yourself.
Got a bit Lord of the Rings.
No. What do you think, Josh?
What was that?
Longest film to be nominated for an Oscar?
Inception.
No, the longest film to be nominated for an Oscar is Gone with the Wind, which is like 300 minutes long or something stupid.
Never seen it.
It's all on YouTube and it's like 4 hours. It's in black and white.
I mean,
like
Once Upon a
it.
Time in America is about 4 hours long.
Yeah, I know, it's a pain in the ass
It
to
is,
watch.
isn't it?
How
It takes you
long-
like 3 views. That Scorsese documentary,
the 4-parter or 2-parter.
the George Harrison one.
I watched it in like 8 different intervals.
Yeah, I watched it something like that. I watched it like half an hour at a time because it's not only long; it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
And it's mostly Eric Clapton saying, "Yeah, me and George Harrison were best mates,"
Yeah, I
and George
shot his
Harrison being like, "He's a prick. He slept with my wife." You know?
Have you watched the new
To be
Eric Clapton?
fair, he wrote a banger for his wife.
Have you watched the new Eric Clapton documentary,
banger.
Josh?
No,
Have you not watched it? Because it's the same guy who did
Supersonic?
Searching for Sugar Man, isn't
oh.
it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, he's dead.
Well, it's the same guy who did that.
He killed himself in 2014.
The director.
Searching for
Searching
Sugar
for
Man.
Sugar Man.
No, it's the same guy who did that. That's what it said, anyway.
It must be from the producers.
Look, man, that's what it said.
You know, Sugar Man was fake.
Don't tell me that.
No, it was. That entire documentary was we found him, but we're gonna make a big hoo-ha about it.
Oh
and
yeah, I
extend
like
it.
that. See this guy, Malik, committed suicide 2014.
Jesus.
Rest in peace.
In Sweden,
Well, he's Swedish.
I would have lived in Sweden.
Anyway,
Euthanasia's legal over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kill yourself if you want to. As you were.
Stephen showed us a film the other day about set in the future, which was made by students last year, where they had like a retirement type party, but it was basically a suicide party, and I'm pretty sure he was just dropping hints that we should all kill ourselves, you know. He was like, maybe
What,
this
the
could
rate
happen.
that
Maybe
you-
this
this
is the way
year?
the world's going. Maybe it won't be an unacceptable thing or a shamed thing if you were to do this.
Do you reckon that's UCLan's like get out of jail free card? Like, you know, because they've done such a terrible year.
They just pass us all.
They
if one of us
just, they
kills
just want to
ourselves.
make sure that we all
So-
commit suicide so they can't get in trouble.
Stephen condones suicide.
Yes.
I don't even
Nice.
think he believes suicide's real. He probably believes we all
Probably
get
not.
killed by like little ants.
And do you know what? He probably thinks that we get reincarnated by
I hate how
lemons.
stupid
Into
he
lemons.
is. God,
Peaches.
he makes people like me look bad who believe in conspiracies.
Should we do best director?
Well, we
Yes.
didn't come to a conclusion
No,
for
we didn't, no,
picture,
best
did we?
picture.
Did
Oh
we?
no, yeah, I think we should have done best picture. Did we? Oh,
Yeah, we weren't. Well, I listed out
Right.
the
Well,
names.
a
and then
best
Liam-
picture. I took Get Out out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think it's simply in there because it was a half decent. Well, it was good horror film, but nonetheless, it wasn't an Oscar-winning film in my opinion. I didn't put the post in because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen The Phantom Thread or The Shape of Water, so I left them out. Or Darkest Hour. Wow. But mine basically line up is Dunkirk, Blade Runner. I put Baby Driver in, but that could go. 3 Billboards, Lady Bird, Wind River, which I mentioned before, and The Disaster Artist.
Can't believe.
The Disaster
John
Artist
Wick
would never
is
win
not
Best
part of
Picture.
this.
It's a really good film.
As a comedy, won Best
No,
Picture.
not just as a comedy. It's a drama. It's really good.
What film's this?
The Disaster Artist. I think it's one of the best written films I've seen.
It's really good. It's like it's just I don't know. It's just because we're marks for the room, but
No, I feel like going in, I was expecting.
Do you have to have
A
seen The
lot
Room
less.
to watch it?
No,
you
Right,
should.
'cause
Why
that's
haven't
the
you
only
seen the
reason
room?
because I went.
It's the
my
only reason I've not watched it.
my mum went when I went, and she was like,
Yeah.
"I thought it was going to be a stupid film, but it was actually really good." And she'd never seen The Room, and she said afterwards coming out, "I kind of want to see The Room now." So it's good promotion for The Room, but also you don't have to see it because like you could just. It's such an unbelievable tale.
yeah.
you can believe it's a fictional story. Like there's bits where Tommy Wiseau's just like, with Dave Franco's character, who plays Mark, I can't remember his real name. He says to him, "Oh, like why don't we move?" Greg, his name is. Why don't we move to? Greg's like, "Oh, I wish we could have enough money to move to LA." And Tommy turns around and is like, well, "Why don't we?" And he's like, "We can't afford to." He's like, "Don't worry, I have a place in Los Angeles. We can go live there." And he's like, they move there, and he's like, "Oh, Tommy, why have you never come down here before on your own? If you want to be a big actor, why have you always been in Los Angeles?" He's like, "Why have you not come to LA?" He's like, "Because I never had a best friend to go with, Greg." And it's like, heart ripped out of your chest, so emotional. He starts crying when he screens the film. Oh my god, it's brutal. It's brutal. And then, Greg picks him up and
then he dies.
It makes me sad that we never finished Transient, so we could have that moment of crying when we watch it.
Yeah.
we just had the moment of crying whilst
we never
making
got to see it, but the people in the year above us got to see it.
We didn't get to see our own film.
Wobster showed it to them.
About how not
he
to
leaked
make
it
the
to
film.
Jim, so Jim showed it, and like Louis sent me Snapchats of him watching it, and I was like, I'm not even seeing that.
Leaked.
Jeez.
Yeah, they leaked the film.
That's gonna be one of them like
It wasn't
films
even
that's
edited
banned.
together, was it?
Sundance 2018.
They didn't even take.
I think
out
it was that
the
that
camera
god
audio.
awful 30-minute edit that they put together of
They
it.
didn't take out the camera audio, so we have no idea how we did.
Well, I got it first.
You got it first, and I didn't. So.
I wrote like loads of shit about it though.
I didn't do my secondary job though. So.
Right, what are we picking for Best Picture?
I am going for The Shape of Water.
Dunkirk, I think.
I'm gonna go. I haven't seen
If
it,
it doesn't win one, it's gonna win the other.
but I know the director and his production
Oh,
quality.
is he?
of
Is he alright?
the shape. No.
He's a good
No,
lad.
the director
He's a friend of the show.
But no, I'm gonna go with
He's not a sex offender,
The
which
Shape
is
of
always
Water
good.
as well, because
You're not seen it.
I know, but I can already tell.
God,
that
that's all-
the-
Tom is a mystic.
I can already tell the picture's gonna be great. Like,
The
gonna-
picture.
It's gonna have a great picture.
It's gonna be a great picture, boy.
Oh, wow.
what is the category, Jack?
Is that 4K?
Best Picture.
You want to go to the picture?
Oh, I work in the picture business.
James Cagney.
I'm gonna make you a star. And you're gonna go to Hollywood.
Just take this
You're
picture.
gonna be on all the billboards. And you want the moon? I'll give you the moon.
We will set them up there one day.
We will fight them on the beach.
Shape of Water, I'm giving it to. So, yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna give it Best Picture. Dunkirk. Ian?
Fair?
I
Liam said Dunkirk.
I said Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. Tom, what
to
you
be honest, I wouldn't willingly watch it.
What
again.
does?
Dunkirk.
How does something?
That's
win
because you're not a
Best Picture?
patriot, Tom. Because you hate America and the UK as well.
It's not about
You hate all of us,
it's not about-
especially the gays.
You got a problem, boy?
Can we please stop?
Tom's a Homo sapien confirmed.
Yeah. I really fancy.
Okay, right.
So,
it's
best-
between
best-
Dunkirk and The Shape of Water.
Best director.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe we
let's
should
move
decide
on.
on Best Director, then come back to Best Picture.
Alright,
Sure, why not? So we got.
Scroll down. Sorry.
I must say, like, the nominations this year are quite poor.
So we've got Shape of Water, William Del Toro, Phantom Thread, Paul Thomas Anderson, Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig, Get Out, and Dunkirk. You know Louis, who I was just mentioning before.
Oh,
Yeah.
He worked on the Phantom Thread as an extra in Blackpool, and he can now say I worked on a Oscar-winning film, possibly.
Oh, that one that they
Well,
wanted.
if you're an extra,
extras for.
it's not really the right portfolio, is it?
I know, but
I was in the background.
That's how I think Spielberg did it. He was just extras in films until he decided he'd just sneak off and pretend he had an office.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's
that's
Literally what he did.
to be fair, I'm producing one at the minute, and I bullshitted about having public liability and stuff, and then found out we actually do have public liability. And was like, couldn't send the email quick enough, being like, "Yeah, look, told you I had it, 5 million covered."
Nice.
Also, have you seen this film? It's about two men.
James and the Giant Peach too.
James and the creamy peach.
I genuinely think one of the characters might be called James.
Oh, please, let's just go back to the categories.
We've
My
lost
God.
one of our possible 2 viewers.
What's the film called again? It's got the peach in it.
Oliver, oh no, Call Me by Your Name.
All right.
It's by this
Which
guy.
is not James, by the way.
We just call it the peach film now.
Yeah, James and the Giant. He's in Interstellar. I didn't know
That's a terrible.
So,
film.
right, who are we saying for best is there anybody in best director that you think shouldn't be?
That should be or shouldn't be? I'm surprised Denis Villeneuve didn't get an.
Yeah, I've put Denis Villeneuve in mine. I'd put Edgar Wright in just because I don't know. I just did.
Always. He deserves a lot more.
Because I haven't seen the other one, so I was just like, I assume they should be in there. I put Greta Gerwig in because that film is based on her own life experiences and stuff, I believe.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very well directed. To be fair,
How many
And she's a woman.
Oscars has Christopher Nolan won?
I don't know.
Not
Google it. Google the
director.
facts, man.
I don't know if he's got any.
If he doesn't, well, surely he's got one for Titanic.
No, Nolan's got
Christopher
all
Nolan.
one. He's got
Oh,
all
no,
one.
that's
That's
the other
James
guy.
Cameron.
That's the other pretentious one, isn't it?
It's James Cameron.
Yeah, James Nolan.
James Nolan.
Christopher
yes.
Nolan.
I'm British and my name's Christopher Nolan.
Hello.
Yeah, they don't get one for like Dark Knight.
He looks like that guy who directed a film last year in the year above us, who shall remain nameless, but was a bit of a knobhead.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's won best.
No,
No,
he's
he's just
never
been
won.
nominated a lot.
Oh wow.
As if he's never won.
I know. He could win. He could win now.
God, he wasn't even
His films,
nominated for a
his
lot of
films
things.
probably have won stuff, but he hasn't.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You know what has won though? Only one sequel has won an Oscar. What do you think it was?
Lord of the Rings.
No. This is Best Picture, by the way.
Lord of the Rings won Best Picture.
Return of the King one.
Really?
Yeah, Return
This
of
is,
the
this
King
is
won
wrong
Best
then. Screw this list. MSN.com.
What's the
This is Godfather Part 2. This. It's MSN, so it was probably written in 2005.
Because Marlon Brando, when he
So
won his
wrong.
Oscar for Godfather, was one of the only. I think there's only ever been 3 people that have actually said no to having the Oscar. Marlon
Oh yeah,
Brando
he
was
turned
one
it
of them.
down he sent a Native American lady, didn't he?
Yeah, he was like, nah, mate.
And she was like, "This film didn't have any." I'm not even gonna finish that.
Do you know who's been nominated for the most Oscars though?
Meryl Streep.
No.
Judi Dench,
No.
Is it a filmmaker or actor?
Both.
Spielberg.
No.
Clint Eastwood.
No.
Hitchcock.
It's a weird one. No. He hasn't won any. Remember?
Well, no, he's not been nominated though.
Like 5 times.
What era are we talking?
Spike Jones.
I'm just gonna say it because I actually don't know much about him. Woody Allen.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
with
24.
Shard, better not mention him.
Nominated 24
Oh,
times.
those claims have been around for ages, and they are.
He does make films where he shags
He is
his
married to his-
stepdaughter though.
He is married to his adopted
He looks
daughter.
like Sheriff Woody in real life.
He looks like Josh Kemp.
A little bit. Well, like
My
not
dad
as-
calls him Josh Kemp.
That's nice.
I'm sure Kemp
Or he
will be
calls
really
Josh Kemp
pleased.
Woody Allen. Yeah.
Do you know what?
Not because he looks like him, because
Oh,
he's a
Tom's
sex
still
offender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Tom.
you guys started talking about crap, so I thought I'd bring it back to our actual
Oh, I
thing.
thought you bring
The
it.
podcast is too white bread. That's why I'm here. I'm throwing a wrench in the works.
Yeah, for all listeners, Liam is actually.
I'm the wild card.
He's black.
I'm a human.
He's black.
He's a black gay woman.
Lesbian also.
Gay and lesbian, the
Uh,
same thing.
And a vegan.
Yeah. I also
Cover all bases,
I
innit?
also sexually identify as an attack helicopter.
No.
On all levels except physical.
I'm a wolf.
Have you seen Last Chance You?
No.
There's a guy in the crowd in that
I've seen Monsters, you.
who's
It's a great film.
the team is called the Lions, and he just stands there and goes. "Rawr."
Brilliant.
Here's a good Oscar fact. The,
It looks like Michael Jackson 80s, but doing that.
the longest Oscar speech was 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Who was it?
Adele?
It was Greer Garson. It was a woman, of course.
Because they take forever doing everything.
Never shut up, do they, lads?
Welcome to the final episode of The Room.
We're going out with a bang.
Just like those 2 lads in this.
Jesus Christ.
One thing I forgot to say was I actually put Armie Hammer down as a supporting actor nomination on mine.
No, you
You
did
did
say
say
that.
that.
You did say
Did
that.
I say that? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
just-
good in it.
Just trying to back up your.
He's good. I support everyone, apart from Bin Laden and ISIS, and well, like not everyone actually.
That's a strong lie.
Mick Knowles can fucking die in a day.
Yeah, who's the Gardener of the Year, isn't it?
That's Alan Titchmarsh.
Well, there you go. You ain't him as well. And
Yeah.
not Gary Glitter.
You know, somebody asked me the other day what I'd do in my bucket list. It was actually for something that Tom's working on. What would be your bucket list thing if you had 1 year left to live?
What'd you do?
I'd punch Mary Berry right in the face.
Clear in the face.
Who?
Yeah,
Mary Berry, innit?
How come?
she's a cunt.
How come?
It's
Yeah, but
past
she
the
looks
watershed,
like
Tom.
everyone's nan.
She don't like my nan.
She doesn't look like man.
She looks like
Oh,
a
wow.
nan.
Yeah,
Because
but
she's got wrinkle and grey
she's
hair.
So do all women.
Because she's an older woman.
I just find
Sorry,
I just
everyone
find
else
her
has got
incredibly.
green hair. Sorry.
I just find her incredibly pretentious, and like you said, she's everybody's nan.
Do you not
She's
like nans?
absolutely minted because she's everybody's nan on TV.
Would what? So if you had to punch a celebrity, that'd be it.
No, but I just
No,
I think
like
you just
one
want-
thing you want to do before you die.
You just want to.
no, I'd punch the rest of them as well. No, I said I'd probably kill the rest of them. to be
Oh,
honest,
wow.
yeah.
You've only got a year to live. You
Why
might as
would-
well
why
shorten
would-
it.
It's a good point. If you've only got a year to live, just shorten it. Just
I'd
take
make
a
it
gun
make
to
a wish
school.
like
Why?
No!
I thought,
Oh my
Jack,
God.
thank you. I thought I was missing something. School shooting jokes. We've come full circle.
it's
lads.
okay. Don't blame us long ago.
Can we play a song?
I hope we get the best radio
Let's-
show.
I've
again.
not finished talking about
School shooting.
punching Mary Berry.
Oh.
So what I'd do is I'd like have my make a wish thing, and I'd have them invite all of them to dinner, and I'd have Mary
This
Berry.
is like Cluedo.
Where would you invite them? What's the?
I haven't thought that
You
far.
not thought of the building.
I don't know. Maybe just to my house.
Have you not seen that episode of
Actually, be messy. At
Alan
my house.
Partridge where he rings up and is like, I'd invite everyone, and then he's like, he invite loads of random famous people from the past, and he goes, and Noel Edmonds, and then I bomb it, and he goes, so why would you invite all those? He's like, well, I'd have to invite people to get Noel Edmonds there, and Alan Partridge is like, so what? The whole thing is just a plot to kill Noel Edmonds, and he's like, yeah.
It's Cluedo in
It's
real
like,
life.
it's genius.
So no, what I'd invite them all there, and I'd have Mary cook
Yeah.
and bake. And
You
then-
you invite her to
I'd
dinner. She has to cook.
Yeah.
That's come
Yeah,
on.
that is.
Well, I'm
that's
the
Just
one-
kill her before
It's
she.
my make a wish. I'm the one dying.
All right, go on.
a good point.
I don't have time to cook,
Well, they got
and
a
I
year.
cannot cook
Fair,
anyway.
yeah.
Can't spend
So,
time cooking.
I'd have her make, and then I'd make the food, and I'd just sprinkle a little bit of, something naughty in there, something that makes
peaches.
like that a hateful eight sort of projectile.
Oh yeah, projectile
vomiting.
Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Poison
I'd
from,
put something in that so that everybody's a bit. Then everybody dies. All these people I do like Gary Barlow and the likes.
Oh yeah.
Harry Potter.
You managed to get them all, have you?
Yeah, I got them
Oh,
all.
okay.
So they all sadly perish.
Parish
Rest in
Church.
peace.
That's where it is.
And then Mary is left with the thought of, oh my god, I've killed all these national treasures. And I just go up to her and I go, one hand on the shoulder, it's okay, Mary.
I mean,
And then other hand right in the
clock
fucking
her in
chin.
the clock
yeah.
her,
Oh, so you have to you make her feel extreme guilt.
Yeah, and then,
Then you. Oh wow.
And then you look like the hero for
Yeah.
for like.
and then I say that she came at me or something, so she touched me or something.
touched me.
I'm only joking.
She killed everyone. and then
Sexual
touched
harassment
them.
is not a joke. That's where I draw the line on this show.
Isn't that the plot to Emperor's New Groove when they put the poison in, but then mix them llama instead? Did that win Best Animated Film? It should have.
It's the best animated film in our
It's the
hearts.
best animated film.
Tom, you've
ever
gone awful
made.
quiet.
Tom's left.
What's happened, Tom?
Oh, not being part of this.
Tom's really PC now
I've
for some reason.
drove the podcast.
Tom's
off
really
a cliff.
PC, and yet he's always getting his nipples out on Instagram.
Yeah, he is. Tom, why are you always naked on Instagram? If I had Tom's body, I'd be naked a lot, to be fair.
You've got a good body.
I haven't.
Yes, you
I
have.
haven't.
I like it.
Anyway, this is turning into Call Me By Your Name. Let's move on.
Call me
I
by your
hope
name,
not.
Liz.
I really hope not.
Why? What's wrong with that,
If
Tom?
one of you pulls out a peach right now, I'm
Here's one I made earlier.
Let me just
I have one
whip
just
this
for every
out.
occasion.
So, yeah, I want Guillermo del Toro to win.
Best director.
Yeah, Del Toro or...
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If Dunkirk doesn't win Best Picture, I want Nolan. It's an either or for me.
Do you know what?
One of the
Now
other.
we're back on this. I'm surprised. Has anybody here seen Wonder?
I feel like Jordan Peele
No.
might win it.
I heard it was good, but
Is it that kid? I don't like the kid. That Jacob Tremblay.
Jacob Tremblay.
I hate it when
He's good in
society
Room.
takes a child and they're like, "Oh my god, they're fantastic."
That's what happened.
No child is fantastic.
That's
Yeah, he
what
was
that's
good
what
in the
happens with
film.
the Stranger Kids thing, and that's what happened. Jacob Tremblay was really good in Room. To be fair to him, miles better than the performances that these Stranger Things kids give.
Yeah,
The Stranger Kids. The Stranger Kids.
Stranger
But no, I
call
definitely
them
have
the
to say,
Stranger
like
Kids.
Wonder,
Stranger
like the
Kid.
way it was done and like everyone's character in that, I definitely have to say the director should be nominated. Not whether I would.
So let's
pick
have a
it,
definitive answer on Best Director and Best.
but,
I want Guillermo to
After
win.
this
My mate.
song.
Yeah.
Tom's mate.
After this song,
I'm with you.
Oh, I've only got so many facts left.
Play the one that Tom
After-
wants to play.
I don't know which one. I think it's this one.
Is it?
We'll just play it and see.
Wow, it's one of
Smooth. Right, so what are we going for? Best director? Best picture?
Guillermo del Toro
For best
and Shape
director.
of Water, both.
You've asked that
No, they
question
can't
like
win
10
both.
times.
They can.
Tom, what you said
Watch
best
him.
picture?
He can.
I haven't seen it, but I will not be against it if it gets picked because he
Your
is
vote
a
is void.
great
What
director.
are you saying?
Del Toro is a really fat, jolly man, and I like him. So
Yes,
Right, we'll go Del Toro.
he's
Director.
making Death Stranding. So
He's a
Pop
very good
The screen back.
director, and the film's very good, and he deserves everything.
might watch it.
Give him
Best
everything.
picture, I am going.
And he looks, he'll be really pleased if he wins, and it'll be really nice. He's just a happy man.
Right, I'm just gonna say Dunkirk.
Yeah, Dunkirk probably.
I don't think it'll win Best Picture, Dunkirk.
No, I
I
don't.
think it's an absolute brilliant film, and I think it's worthy of Best
Well, this
Picture. I
is
just
what
don't
we
think
want
it's
to
better
win.
than Shape of Water.
Messi.
Yeah, I suppose one.
So for a recap, for editing, it is. Do you want to read this out, Amelia?
Me? Okay.
Do it in like the Oscar voice.
I don't have an Oscar voice.
And the winner for best editor
Alright.
is.
It's just that woman's voice, and it's like,
Winner.
and the Oscar goes
The
to.
winner for editing, Baby Driver. Cinematography, Blade Runner.
2049.
Original, yeah. You only rip Blade. You rip Blade runs.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, that looks like an S.
Yeah.
It's just some
original.
anime film.
Original screen.
play.
3 billboards. What's it called?
Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
That one. Adapted screenplay. The Disaster Artist, of course.
Right, give me the important ones.
He ran out of room and just wrote the Disaster Arse.
What did you get up to?
Disaster Artist, the best adaptation.
Supporting actress Alison Janney for I, Tonya. Lead actress Frances McDermott for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Lead actor Gary Oldman. Best director Del Toro. And best picture La La Land.
Woo! You guys did it. Oh wait.
No, it's
wait.
not. It's not. It's
Uh-oh.
not. Look.
So the main winners of the night were
I love how violent that guy got
Ebbins.
because he lost.
Oh, he did.
three Billboards, Baby Driver got 1. The rest was. Yeah, it was actually quite a good mix we got there.
Yeah,
Shape of Water didn't
I
finish,
think
did it?
it'll be a good mix this Oscars because there isn't one film that really cleans up. Usually there is like one film that should just deserve
Yeah, that's
to
what I
take
was saying
everything,
earlier.
whereas there isn't really like this. The editing categories and the acting categories are all from sort of different films, and I think it's good that because I think
Yeah.
it should be more like that rather than
What
just
shenanigans are we going to predict?
I reckon somebody will just straight out go. He tried to make me suck his dick once upon a time.
Jimmy.
Right in the middle of their speech.
I reckon there will be some sort of statement like either or
Whoever-
speech.
Like, by the way, James Franco's a weirdo or something. like that.
Jimmy Kimmel was hosting, isn't he? So
Oh,
he's
okay.
usually
Yeah,
he's
he did that.
usually
He did one at the
reasonably
Golden
funny,
Globes when it was like ladies and remaining gentlemen.
but He's usually
That's
he
good.
was last time he hosted Oscars last year and he was funny. So, but the one issue I think is that it might be a bit less about
Films.
and more about
it will be used as a political statement.
yeah, it's just a big political
Um,
statement, isn't it? Really,
You know, it's a shame because like a lot like
It
the
shouldn't- it
Oscars
shouldn't
now.
have to be.
It's a shame it is,
Who
but
should we
but there's a reason
satisfy
behind
with these
it.
Oscars? Who do we need to make happy? And it shouldn't. It should just
We
be.
can
It should be
complain-
talent,
What's the best?
We
film?
can
What's the
complain
best-
that it's not about film and it's about political statements, but in the end, everybody needs to take account of their actions and be like, look, we let it get to this point.
Yeah.
It's us to blame. Let's get back to films. But first of all, we need to call out all these dirty little bastards.
Yeah, that's what they like, honestly like because I watched something the other day where it's like how many people have like been trying to give subtle hints that these people are actually thing. It's like Kevin Spacey. There were so many jokes in like Family Guy or other.
all you have to
thing.
do.
Yeah,
is watch,
it was an open secret he was gay.
innit?
But, like,
all you have
touching
to do is
children.
watch
On top of
Kevin,
that, it
Kevin
was like-
Spacey in any film. He's like, can I kiss this man in this film? He's literally.
Please.
It was so genuinely watch any Kevin Spacey film. And it's like, oh, as long as I get to kiss this guy, I'll be in your film.
Yeah.
American Beauty, House of Cards.
House of Cards is really...
There's a lot of gay in House of Cards. He's actually
He's a
his
bit
character is
rapey and all.
bisexual. More.
Let's wrap up the podcast for the viewers at home. We'll play a few songs whilst we export that, but you can find us at The Room Podcast on YouTube. You should know that if you're on YouTube, but just in case you've just stumbled across us and you've not clicked down and clicked subscribe yet, why not? Why not drop a like? Hey, why don't you leave us a comment and tell us your thoughts on gender equality in the state of Hollywood?
Oh, don't.
Or
What are your
peaches.
Oscar predictions are?
What's your
Have you ever
favourite
come in a
fruit?
peach and made another lad eat it? All the questions we want to know. Anyway, you can also find us at the Room Pulse on Twitter.
You do this every week.
And yeah, but it's really confusing.
It's been a while.
There's like 3 different names for our stuff.
The Room Pulse at Gmail. Well, it's at the Room Pulse on Twitter, but then it's the Room Pulse at Gmail. That's what gets me. And then the Room Pulse Media Radio Show on
You
Facebook.
should have just called the Twitter at Pulse at.
I don't think you can do that.
You can not put more ats in.
You can't put more ats in.
What's the point?
Too many ats.
Too many ats.
Too many ats spoil the peach.
Should have just called this tat.
All right, everybody say goodbye.
See you later.
Apart from you, Tom, I'm turning your mic off.
Bye, doggy.
I'm sorry.
You've not had enough to say during
I'm
this.
sorry
That's a good point.
for everyone's
Right.
behaviour.
Thanks
Alright,
for
goodbye.
listening.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for putting up.
By the way,
with
and
us.
honestly,
This is going to be what wins us the
the
award.
peach film's pretty good. You know,
This was my first day. How did I do?
you did good.
Okay.
Why don't you leave a comment? Tell us how you thought Liam did.
Oh no.
I thought his facts were fantastic, if not wrong.
And tell us how bad. And tell us how much you're betrayed by Gregor.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Remember at Qatar Hero 69. Make sure you
If you've
send
got a
little
complaint.
snake emojis are a necessity. All right, bye.
Bye.
Cheerio.
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 Bye.
Bye.